Rated R, this is a warning, you better avoid. Poets are paranoid, DJs destroy. Yes, I came back.
That's a G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come out, she cutting it up. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't in our lane. Man, I'm a high school dropout, now I'm breaking the bank. Only hit y'all one time, I love something. Gang, you got to listen to this bitch when he standing on my stain. We ain't in a double R truck, got a big ass tank. How you find yourself trying to come up off my thing? And I never do that shit to you cause it's like, yeah. Dude, just got locked up, man, free boy out of the chain. And I love that nigga that day, he'll catch me a break. Nigga bitch cheating on him, talk my bitch, better not do that shit. I'ma lose my shit. My nigga got a stick, I ain't even gotta say he gon' do that shit. He gon' shoot that bitch. Big ass FM, but it's there, gon' do all that shit. Got a lot of shit. I've been through, but it's like 10 times I don't do all that shit. And it's crazy how a nigga came up cause I called it. Big lock on my side, take precautions. Filling my cup up with mud cause I'm ballin'. It's so crazy how I made it, I caught it. Remember when I couldn't get up in college? I'ma still hit this hard, pretty much got mine. Pray to look up every night, I'm so righteous. Running from demons, I'm so tired of fighting. She must be off for something cause she wildin'. If my brother needed it, he know he got it. On the hood, by speed and running the bottom. Got the G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come out, she cutting it off. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't been.
Man, oh man. Give a shout out to Tyrese Haliburton, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrese Haliburton is becoming one of them guys, man. He's coming one of him, bro. Tyrese Haliburton is, to me, one of the best young players in the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. His playmaking, his passing ability, his vision. He's one of the best pick and roll players. He's a great shooter, great scorer. There's not much he can do. The only thing, particularly in this game, he really, really was getting picked on defensively. And I think, he is not the most athletic guy, but he's smart. He's shifty. He's crafty. And then what he's been doing these couple of games, these first 20 games of the season, he's been playing at a all-NBA caliber player, all-NBA caliber level. You can make an argument that he is a top 5 point guard right now in the NBA right now. Just because if he's going for strictly just right now. And tonight he had a bad first half, but then in the second half he began to turn on. He began to extend plays. He began making proper reads. They've been blitzing on him as well. You know what I'm saying? He he played good tonight. I do believe Jayson Tatum was the best player on the floor tonight. And the reason why Boston lost this game is because they couldn't hit jump shots, bro. You can hit jump shots, and then defensively you have some breakdowns as well. It's just not really, really that good, man. The Boston Celtics couldn't buy a bucket. They shot 29% from the three-point line and shot 41 times from the three-point line to any other Pacers team who shot 47% from the three-point line and with 40 attempts. So one team make their shots, another team just didn't. Is to make them misleading. I think Boston defensively, we already know their principle is to attack Tyrese Haliburton because he is a defensive liability on the floor tonight. But, he makes it up so how great he is offensively. 10 rebounds, 13 assists, 26 points. He's just affecting the game, a triple-double. I think he's averaging, 26 off of 67% true shooting percentage. Damn, he's unbelievable, bro. But like I said, Jaylen Brown, Tatum both showed up tonight. But, Drew Holiday, a fucking terrorist, 9 points. 33% from the field, 20%. He was one of the worst players on the floor tonight. Other than that, Sam Hauser hit some big threes, but outside of that, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown couldn't hit big shots, big 3-point shots. It make them mislead. They lost the game. It's an in-season tournament game. Nobody gives a fuck about this shit. This shit is meaningless. It is what it is, man. The Boston didn't choke. Why would y'all sit there and say the Boston choked? Boston did not choke. Thing is, the game was close. The game was tied, and they could have been up way more than what they did if you actually watch the games. They missed so many open opportunities. Tatum missed threes. Brown missed some big threes as well. I mean, there's a lot of guys that missed some threes. So it's it's all about putting things into context and putting into proper perspective as well. But other than that, man, this shit is not no playoff game. This shit is not. I mean, this in-season tournament just to water down the NBA, giving some more awards and shit. This is not. I mean, come on, bro. Like, are we really praising this shit, bro? Like, really? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest, dudes. Let's be honest, man. Come on, bro. We got to be honest with ourselves, man. We had to be honest, dude. We had to. But he said LeBron will be the first in-season tournament final MVP. Who gives a fuck? That is meaningless, nigga. Meaningless. Do this shit in the playoffs. The fuck? About the in-season tournament finals MVP. Somebody said Tatum's choked in the clutch. Meanwhile, he scored 13 points, shot 55% from the field in the clutch time. So, I mean, that's a terrible point. And both Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum both showed up in the clutch. Thing is, when you have no production for Jrue Holiday, who scored 0 points, was just out there doing fucking cardio, and Derek White was not effective tonight as well. I mean, this is what happens, bro. I mean, you need other role players to show up to an Indiana Pacers team who shot 50% from the three-point line in the fourth quarter as well. So I don't care, bro. Well, let me drop this link, man. I ain't got too many time to talk about this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a make-or-miss league. It's a make-or-miss league in the NBA. In-season tournament is not going to change my opinions on these players. Tyrese Haliburton, nice. He's him. He's him, guys. Guys, Tyrese Haliburton is him. He is him. Right? He is him. He said Tyrese was cooking the Celtics. He acted like he was Curry out there, Moot. I mean, that's what Tyrese Haliburton is a great player, bro. He's a good player. I mean, he's starting to put the lead on notice. And I got to ask you something, bro. Where would y'all put Tyrese Haliburton in the lead right now? Where would y'all put Tyrese Haliburton in the lead right now? Because he is great. Great vision, great timing on his passes, can see cutters really, really well, can skip pass. His shot form is weird, but you know what I'm saying? He's a good player, bro. Not the best athleticism. He don't blow you away with athleticism, but he's just smart. Great player, bro. Damn, you popped out of nowhere. Woo. What up, Ghost?
Man, what's up, man?
That's that co-host status, nigga.
I had to holler at your ass before I got ready to go to bed, man. I gotta get up in the morning. But anyway, man, your boy can't mess with Tyrese Haliburton, bro. I done told y'all Tyrese Haliburton is better than SGA. Tyrese Haliburton is one of the top 5 point guards in this league, bro. Tyrese Haliburton is him. Just like you said, he the real deal. Y'all better wake up and start listening. The Kings lost that trade. They should have never gave that boy up. Never.
So you think he better than Shea?
Yeah.
What makes him better than Shea?
Yeah, he better than Shea.
What makes him better than Shea, though?
He a better player, bro. He a better floor general. He's a threat all over the floor. And I love his game, bro. This dude he's my type of player.
Is he a better scorer than Shea?
Well, he's not designed to score the ball, but and that's the point. He's the point guard, can put up 30 and dish it out too.
Bro, are you dumb motherfuckers slow in the chat? Hold on, Ghost. How the fuck Tatum choked and he had 32 points, had 13 points in the fourth quarter, you dumb motherfuckers, and you shot 56% from the field. Nigga, he was the best player on the fucking floor tonight, bro. He couldn't hit wide open 3-pointers, bro. That's all, bro. He couldn't hit wide open threes. The Boston Celtics shot 29% from the 3-point line. The story of this game was that One team could hit their threes, and another team just couldn't, bro. It is what it is. It's a make or miss league.
I ain't gonna say he choked, but I mean, well, you gotta understand. I'm gonna give y'all some grace, Celtics, because I don't like the little fucker no way. But truth be told, I mean, they ain't playing for no in-season tournament. They playing for a championship.
They don't care about. We don't care. They don't care about that shit, bro.
See, the
They don't care about
the Pacers are motivated. Them broke ass niggas need that $500,000. So they out there playing. They out there going. Baby needs shoes. So
they need that.
I understand. I ain't gonna lie. I understand.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they are playing for a championship, and then one of their best men is out. What's the boy name? Little bone ass white boy. What's his name?
Porzingis. Fact,
yeah,
I forgot that nigga was out. God damn.
But man, I already told you he was gonna be out. When we talked early in the year, I said, man, you know that dude ain't gonna be playing all them games. And let's see if he make it back for the playoffs. And even if he do, he may go out again before the playoffs get here.
P5,
but I can't shit on Tatum because Tatum played well. He was the best player on their team.
No,
he wasn't the best player on the floor though. That was Haliburton.
Nigga,
Haliburton was the best player.
Nigga, Haliburton was a defensive liability. He stunk it up and it got me in first half.
He always gonna be a defensive liability, lip on ass. He always gonna be one. Y'all act like this boy he got the strength to be a lockdown. He ain't no different than your boy Steph Curry. He ain't no different.
Shit.
Curry's when it comes to defense, he ain't no different.
But hold on, do you think Haliburton can be better than Steph goes? Just be honest. Just think you can't. You see it? Do you see it?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if he can make it to Steph level with that off the dribble jump shot of his, because Steph got that thing in the bag. He is good, but I think Steph's jump shot off the dribble is unreachable for him.
Yeah. P5, do you think Haliburton better than Shea?
No.
Why?
Because I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is better at basketball than Tyrese Haliburton. I mean, he's a better scorer.
That's all you got on your why.
He's a better scorer. He's a far better defender. He's a really good passer and playmaker himself. Not as good as Tyrese, but he's still a really good one at that. I'm not going to look at 20 games and just say, oh, Tyrese is putting up 24 on 67% true shooting 20 games in, and discount SGA putting up 30 a game last year and being literally one of the best scorers in the entire league. And the things that he's doing for that OKC team this year, I'm not valuing what Tyrese has done through 20 games over what SGA has done for that team, not only last year but also this year. I'm not doing that. So, and I just think SGA is also a better all-around player than Tyrese is. So, I mean, I think SGA is a better basketball player than Tyrese Haliburton, yes.
Overrated.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
no, but let me ask you something. What does Haliburton do better than Shea though?
He just, to me, I just love the way he got a command of the offense, the way he can set up players.
It's your personal preference.
It is kind of like that too, because I do like defense, but I just like this boy better than I like Shea. And you're right, P5. He does play better defense than LeBron and Haliburton, but I still like the command that he got.
Wait till Haliburton. Hold on. Wait till Haliburton get his physical built yet, right? Wait till he start getting stronger, right? Wait till he start putting some muscle on, bro. He'll be way better defensively, and he'll be way stronger finishing the rim in the paint as well. And he can, I think there's a game plan. Typically, what they did, Steph, before he started reaching his physical peak, where they're going to play physical defenses with Haliburton. You know what I'm saying? They're going to crowd his airspace. They're going to be physical with him. They're going to attack his handle. They're going to be physical with Haliburton, especially in postseason time if they do make it there. So, I think we're going to see the best of Haliburton once he start adding that muscle, when he start adding that strength, when he start adding that physical built on him. Because, nigga, I already know what's the game plan on how to stop that nigga.
Man, let me tell you something. Plus, I like his intangibles. I'm talking about to Haliburton. Bro, in a big game, bro, he the type of player that take over and can win it for you. I just don't see that in no Shea Alexander, bro. I think he's a little.
But you say you see it in Austin Reeves, though.
No, I didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. Man, I don't mind playing Austin Reeves as long as he's coming off the bench. I told you, Austin Reeves is a good bench player. He just ain't no starter.
So,
That's
you
fair.
think y'all gonna win the in-season tournament next year? I mean, tomorrow.
We better win that game.
What if
Who do
y'all
y'all
don't?
play? The Suns?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the Suns.
Depends on D-Book if D-Book is playing.
No,
They
the
said
Lakers,
D-Book play.
no, the Lakers are gonna win either way. But
Hold on, even if D-Book plays P5?
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
He said, Mookie, talking about command of the offense, why does he consistently hate on Chris Paul then?
Man, are y'all serious, bro? Chris Paul can't shoot like this, boy.
Yes, he can.
No,
Yes,
he
he can.
can't.
What are you
Man,
talking
Chris
about,
Paul
bro?
is a loser.
I do think.
What has
D-Book is
what has Haliburton
Y'all,
won?
you know he is. We ain't even got to talk about this. Chris
Yeah,
Paul
okay,
is
he's
a loser.
he's a loser, but does that make him a bad player? Like, does that have anything to do with how good of a shooter
Was
he is?
that a trick question?
No, it's not. It's a straight up question. CP3 is a loser. Does that make
Man,
him a
I
bad
don't
shooter?
like CP3 game, bro. CP3
Okay,
ain't
just say
done
that.
nothing but
Just say
short,
that.
come up
That's
short.
fine. That's fine.
I'm just
That's-
be honest with you. He has come up short all the time, forever.
He has.
Forever. And now you
P5
think he
said
don't know?
But P5 said CP3 is better offensive than Kareem. So
That was a cap, and I was a troll. I walked
No,
that
no,
back.
no, you was not.
P5, you was not trolling,
walked
nigga.
You was
that
not
back.
trolling. You was
Walked
dead
that
serious.
back.
You
That
argued
was
with me
a-
the whole
no,
episode. What are you talking
I
about,
did not
bro?
argue a whole episode.
P5.
Yes, you did, bro.
I
Stop
have
lying.
been.
You tried to say you was trolling,
I've been
nigga.
walked
You
that back.
lying, P5. Here you go lying
I've been
again,
walked
bro.
that back. I have been walked that back. I've been walked that back.
Well, let's just look at it like
Man,
this.
Hey,
CP3
P5,
done played with some of the best
let me ask you
players in the
something, P5.
NBA.
Hold on. Let me ask you something, P5. I'm to continue the conversation we had on Telegram. So, does that mean that since you value longevity so much, does that mean Chris Paul is over D Wade?
Yes,
What
Bruh.
the fuck?
Chris Paul.
You hear this shit goes.
Chris Paul has a
You
decade
hear
plus.
this
D
shit.
Wade has what? 7 years? What?
Bro, peak
That
over
don't make him.
longevity.
That don't
bro.
make him better.
Y'all-
all
All right,
the time.
okay, Nahar, you can value peak over longevity if you want. I don't have a problem with that. It's just I value longevity. I don't see the problem. I
Bro,
don't.
in every aspect of basketball, pretty much.
Man, but you can't listen, bro.
Defensively,
You can't put
defensively,
CP3 in D Wade class, bro.
Chris Paul is a better offensive
This
player
nigga got
than D Wade.
CP3 is a loser.
Are you
Better
serious,
passer. He's a
nigga?
better shooter than D Wade. Let's be honest, Nahari.
Hold on. D
Not
Wade is a better
every-
playoff performer. He's
Hold
a
on,
better
hold on.
fucking scorer. He's a way better defender. What are we
Okay,
talking about here, bro?
and my whole bro, tell me what playoff runs did D Wade have?
What playoff run did Chris Paul have?
06 clears
No,
anything CP3 has ever done.
What playoff run did fucking Chris Paul have that he even
Chris
close
Paul
to
was
D
great.
Wade in 06?
Chris Paul was great
He
for
was
the
a
Rockets up until
disrespectful
he got
ass
injured in
nigga, bro.
2018. Chris Paul year after year.
Hold on. We have seen Chris Paul blow multiple 3-1 leads every time in the goddamn playoff run. We have seen Chris Paul blow 2-1 leads every single time in the playoff run. D Wade on top of that is a better scorer. Pete as a better defender. Pete as a better finisher. Not only that, he's been better in the goddamn playoff run. CP3 has never came close to D Wade in 06, nigga. He has never averaged 35 points in the goddamn finals. He's never averaged 35 points in a playoff series whatsoever. Nigga, stop this nonsense.
Okay, and my argument to that, and my argument to that is, Mook, and this is not me comparing the two peak for peak, because I think D Wade is one of the greatest peaks of all time.
Why you say that crazy shit then?
And I think Chris Paul does too. But what I'm saying is, I think that Chris Paul having a decade plus compared to D Wade's 7 years, 8 maybe 8 years. I'm taking Chris Paul's decade plus. He's also one of the greatest passers and playmakers of all time, one of the greatest shooters of all time, and he's also a playoff riser year in and year out. He's a playoff riser. You say
not like D Wade though.
Not like D Wade.
You're blowing. I know D Wade is too, but you're focusing on one thing that I said, Nahari. I also brought up the fact that Chris Paul has like 5 more years of prime. 5 more years of prime. And you know,
in the lesser years,
he's never came to the heights of what D Wade has came to not once.
Chris Paul has been near the top of MVP voting for the was at the top of MVP
and that can be applicable for D Wade as well.
I know it can be, but you're saying that Chris Paul never had a peak near D Wade. That's not
true.
He
did not. Not in the playoff run. Not even the playoff run. Not in the playoff series. Has Chris Paul ever came to a series resembling close to what D Wade's done in the NBA Finals, where he averaged over 35 fucking points.
Now Dwayne Wade in 06, that's one of the greatest finals of performances
Chris
of all
Paul
time.
never had a run like that, nigga.
I know, but that's not all you should factor in when you're talking about the two players, Mookie. That's not it.
How high are you rating Chris Paul's peak?
But here's the thing, though. D-Wade, as
I think
what Mookie
Dwayne
was
Wade's
saying
peak, you could
was,
argue it's like
even
top
as-
10. I think Chris Paul's peak is like top 15 to
But
20. It's
what
it's
Mookie
the
is
same
saying
order.
is, as an overall player, as an overall
Top 15,
two-way
I'd say,
player,
maybe.
D-Wade has clearly peaked higher than Chris Paul as a
You can
perimeter
say that.
defender, rim protector. He's one of the greatest rim protecting
Yes.
on guards of all time.
For
Scorers,
sure.
he had one of the greatest finishers of all time.
For
Great
sure.
mid-range shooter, better in the playoffs. And even it's just like even in the regular season, he's peaked as top 3 MVP voting, second MVP voting, averaging
Chris
over 30
Paul has
points.
two, yes. Chris Paul has
very
also
good.
done that.
Chris
So
Paul-
like, and on top of
And the
that,
hard-
he's just
and the
simply the
hard,
better
you're
playoff
also-
performer.
And the hard, you're also missing my point, and you want to try and criticize how I'm ranking how I'm ranking players. I agree with you. D Wade's peak is higher than Chris Paul's, but when Chris Paul has 5 more years of
Who has
prime,
better prime?
Chris Paul.
No, he does
How?
not.
No, he don't. No, he
How
do
does he
not.
not? He
He
has
don't.
5 more years of it.
Bro, stop
he
stealing
has
Lowe's
5
picks,
more
bro.
years of it. What do you mean? What?
No.
He has 5 more years
I
of
don't- I
prime
don't-
than D
No.
Wade.
The
Now,
way-
if you,
I
now
the
listen
way
again.
Chris-
If your
the way
your
Chris
whole
Paul-
what's
basis
Chris
if
Paul's
your
prime?
whole
What's
basis of
specific
this
years?
is D Wade peaked higher than Chris Paul, go
No,
ahead.
this,
I don't
no,
have a
this is
problem with you.
disgusting.
But
bro.
what
This is
what
disgusting,
specific
bro.
years is Chris Paul's prime?
Hold on,
What
I got a
was
question.
he
I
I
would
got a
say like
question.
08 to like 2018. I would say 08 to 2018. I think that's
How-
fair because I think Chris Paul's prime ended when he tore his ACL in that Rocket series, in that Warrior series. I think that's the
He
exact
didn't-
So
moment.
why you don't have LeBron over Jordan?
Wait,
Why
that
you
Because
have-
wasn't no-
there's
that
only a
wasn't no-
1 or
was
2
that-
year
hold
difference
on.
between those two, Mookie.
That
It's
wasn't
only a
no
1 or 2
ACL.
year.
That was a hamstring.
That was
It's
yeah,
or,
that
or,
was
or,
a
a
hammer. He didn't-
or a hamstring. You know what I mean, Andrew. He got hurt in the Warrior series, and that's when his prime ended. What? Not
Yeah,
an ACL,
yeah, that's
but
true.
But
you know
what
what
was
I mean.
Wade? What was Wade's prime? I never
He
heard
was
the
hurt in
years.
the
Wade's prime, I'd go 06 to like 2012, 13. Because I think in 14, I think the knees problem started to add up on him, and he
So
wasn't
you
the same
think
player after
13 was still his prime, but 05
or
wasn't?
or 12. It doesn't matter, Andrew. It's like 7 or 8 years, Andrew. 7 or 8 years. Because you
But
can
you had
because
Chris
you can
Paul as what, 10
argue
years?
for one. 11 because 08 to 18, that's 11 years, not.
So if it's 2 years, it doesn't matter. But if it's 3 years, that's the difference. I just
Well, so
that's
what-
the
Bigger
Does
difference.
anybody
Bigger
agree with
difference.
you?
Bigger
Does
difference.
anybody agree with P5 that they think
No,
Chris Paul?
nobody-
Nah, King
Nah,
J was in the
nah.
Telegram. He said this. What King J?
Because
bro?
they stat
Jay in the chat. Big Jay in the chat.
And honestly, I think I might be
Basketball.
generous with what Dwayne Wade's prime is. Honestly, I might be being generous.
No, I
but-
wouldn't put 12. I wouldn't put 13 in it for
Okay,
sure.
well,
But
then you're making my point even more. It's like a 6-year prime.
But I would put 05 in it.
All right. D Wade, right? If we're looking at D Wade, right, and this is why it's crazy. D Wade has peaked higher in the regular season. He has his career at regular season is 30 points per game to Chris Paul's 23 points in 09. They're both like Chris Paul best season in the regular season was 09. D Wade was 09, and D Wade outscored this man by so many goddamn points.
What were the assists?
And
If you want to go by points, what were the assists? What were
Okay,
the assists?
okay, and assists
You wanna
was
go by
5
points?
on assists. If you're looking at assists, it was 11 to D Wade 7. So it's not even that big of a gap.
So he had 4 more assists.
So if he has
A lot more
4 more assists, but he clears him as a scorer. Not only that, the playmaking,
Clears him as a
D Wade was a great playmaker. So don't sit there and say there was a big gap with the playmaker.
There is
Even
a
though
big
Chris
gap.
Paul-
What do you mean?
It's a very big gap. I ain't gonna lie.
It's the
Chris
big
Paul-
gap
Chris
at
Paul is a
peak.
better
It's the big gap
playmaker,
at peak.
But they don't do it over to a guy that's a way better scorer.
And I
Way
told you, he peaked
better
higher.
fucking scorer. It's not even
He
fucking
peaked
close.
higher. I
Not
told
only
you
that,
this.
not only that, in the playoffs, this is where you cook. D Wade's
I'm
best
not.
playoff run was
Okay, my
06 and it was 2010. D Wade in 2010 playoffs averaged 33.2 points per game. Chris
For
Paul playoff
sure.
run was 25.3. Nigga, it's not even fucking close. D Wade.
And listen, you haven't debunked on one of my points.
Season. Stop it, bro. You on the
But
only
2010, we gotta
the
be
only
fair.
points,
2010 was
the
only
only
one
the only
series,
points
so he
the
finished
only
one
points that you
series.
have is fucking longevity. Chris Paul has
Plus the
blown
playmaking
multiple.
and passing, plus the
Chris
fact
Paul
that
has
he's
blown.
MVP.
Chris Paul has blown. Chris Paul has blown multiple 2-0 leads. He has blown a 3-1 lead. You can't sit there and say D-Wade has blown multiple 3-1 leads and has blown multiple 2.1, 2-1 leads like Chris Paul has blown, bro. Stop this fucking nonsense.
Jay, no, he didn't. He said CP3 had a better prime. P5, didn't you?
No. Listen.
He said Wade peaked higher.
I said Andrew. I said he peaked higher. He peaked.
But Paul
higher.
had a better prime,
but because Chris Paul had a longer prime, that means he
had a better
prime.
Exactly, yes. King J. He just said he had a better prime. That's
man. Chris Paul.
I think King J's trying to say peak. I said he has a better peak.
Okay, well then tell him Ty peaked.
You heard me, Ghost?
Yeah, man. I did not hear you. What'd you say?
This shit crazy, Ghost. Like, how the fuck are we putting a perennial choker every time in the
That's why I said I don't think nobody even think this is even close to a debate, bro.
If y'all want to call him a choker, y'all.
CP3 been choking his entire life, bro. His entire life.
I wouldn't even call him a choker. I just don't think he's nowhere near as good as
unlucky.
D-Wade.
His teams get hurt every single year, or he gets hurt. It's just unlucky. He's not a choker.
So what happened? What happened when he blew a 3-1 lead against the Rockets? P5.
Oh, that's
one instance. That's one.
What happened when he choked against the Oklahoma City Thunder?
That's just two instances. Now name another one.
What happened in 2009? First round game 4 against
2009.
You're saying, give me another one. He's giving you one.
And we breaking up other boys, bro.
You're counting 09.
That just go to show you a choker.
Go look at.
You're counting 09 when he.
What happened when he choked in the NBA Finals, bro?
58 points.
What happened with that, bro?
Finals, Giannis was dominant.
No. What did he do? He had more turnovers than he had fucking assists, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Stop this nonsense.
He just played a better team that matched up with his team.
No, what he played like ass.
The Bucks weren't a better team.
He blew. Hold on. How did he play? He blew a 2-0 lead versus Dallas, bro, and then lost Game 7 in embarrassing fashion with the Suns. Don't stop this nonsense where he played like shit in Game 3, Game 4.
When did he play the Mavericks?
And he was a complete melt.
2021. He's talking about 2021.
Hold on. What about?
That's past his prime. You're talking about past his prime.
What about game 2? What about game 2? Hold on, P5. What about game 2 against Detroit where he had 19 points off of 37% shooting and lost that fucking game? Or what about game 1 against 2008 against Boston? We had 12 points
against Boston.
We had 12 points, 10 turnovers. 11. Hold on. Game 1 against we're gonna bring up multiple games of Chris Paul choking. Game 1 against Boston, ladies and gentlemen, the 2008 playoffs. He had 12 points, 10 turnovers, 11% shooting. And he was over 6
never in the East.
Wait, CP3. When was
never in the East?
When was CP3 in the East?
Never in the East. He never played.
He was
Boston.
in the East. And
when was he ever in the Eastern Conference?
He played the Spurs in 08. They lost to the Spurs. What are you talking about?
He was on the New Orleans Hornets. He was on the New Orleans Hornets.
Chris Paul has always been in the West.
He was in the Western Conference.
New Orleans hasn't always.
What are you talking about? What player are you on?
No, what are you guys? What player are you talking about? Because Chris Paul
You're
never
not talking
played
about
Boston.
Chris Paul. He never played Boston. I just realized that he never played Boston.
New Orleans.
He played the Spurs, and I heard the bottom left guy try to hold that against him for some stupid reason, even though he was the only reason they were even in that series.
Wait, but what series are you talking about? Because I'm honestly lost, bro. I don't even know what player we're talking about. I don't even know.
No, he was just making it up. He just started rambling, making shit up.
Oh, it's not Boston. It was the Spurs. My bad.
Yeah, Spurs.
You're holding the Spurs against him. Okay, even though
he played like shit. He played like that.
When did Chris Paul play like shit? In one game? You're holding that one game against him?
He was not good at that series, you dumbass nigga.
Hold on, wait a minute. You can't just name one game. If he was bad in that series, you would name the whole series.
The series went 7 games.
He was the only reason that series went 7. He was the only. He was the only player. He was okay. I'll say this.
What did Chris Paul do? What did Chris Paul do against the Memphis?
Man, let's try this another way. Let's try this another way because this shit is ridiculous. Well, tell me when he did good, goddamn. That's what. Let me know. What year did he do good?
And the team lost. That's what happened.
What about?
Don't keep trying to bail him out with no injury. Tell me the year he did good.
The year he's played in the playoffs. What did he do? He's played well nearly every year in the playoffs. It's just he's lost.
I forgot the Jazz. I forgot about that.
He's played well.
Your boy been losing in the playoffs badly his entire life.
He's played well in every year almost. It's just his team has gotten hurt or he's played a better team. That's it. That's been it.
And he had good players on his team too.
Now
so
he does have instances. Now he does have instances, and of course the Rockets was a black mark. That game he had against the Thunder was terrible. But every player has instances like that. Chris Paul,
how many 2-point? Hold on. If this guy is blowing multiple 2-0 leads, when we going to start?
You're not adding any context to that.
Hold on. We're not sitting there and saying, okay, every choke job is on him, but he's part of the choke job.
His team keeps getting hurt.
He blows 5 2-0 leads in a series, nigga. What are you talking about? He blew it all. He was so great again, up 2-0 against the Spurs in 2008. So why he wasn't great to close him out, P5?
Because he played a better team. Just because you're up 2-0 in a series does not mean.
When you up 2-0, you gotta close the shit out, bro.
Because you're up 2-0 in a series. Just because you're up 2-0 in a series does not mean that you're automatically supposed to win the series. That's not what that means.
He's up.
That just means you won the first 2 games of a 7-game series.
D-Wade, and you sit there and we hold him to the standards of D-Wade, and we bringing up numerous
I'm not saying he's a better player at his
of Chris Paul every single time, bro. And he was good enough to be up 2-0. Then why are you not closing the deal out, bro?
Because you're trying to say being up 2-0.
Because when we looking at that playoff run in the last closing out games, Chris Paul was he disappeared.
What game?
He disappeared.
What game? Against the Spurs? What game?
Against the Spurs.
What game?
What about against?
Are you talking about the game 7 against the Spurs in 09 or 08?
It's 08. It's not 09.
08? Yeah, it was one of those. I know it was one of those 2 years.
09, they played the Denver Nuggets.
It was one of those 2 years.
Chris
in 08.
Paul in a closing out game, in a game 7, 18 points, 44% for the field, 40% from the free throw line, and 0% from the 3-point line as well. That is ass.
Now, does Chris Paul bring more than scoring, or what?
Ass.
Does Chris Paul bring
more? In
that
game, he definitely did. In that game, he definitely did.
In a game 7, and a key pivotal game 7, and he played
he had a bad game. But I'm saying
no.
I'm not.
It was the key pivotal game 7.
I know it was the key pivotal game 7.
3-0 leads that he's blown.
I know it was the key pivotal game. Key pivotal game 7. What I'm saying is, I never said one time that Chris Paul at his peak was better than Dwyane. Mookie, please let me finish so I can, because you haven't debunked anything I've said. I have not said
everything you said. You bring it up.
No, you have not. No, you have not.
My main point, 2013. What about 2013 against the Grizzlies?
My main point.
What about 2013 against the Grizzlies?
Can you let me get my point to you, Mookie? Because I never argued.
Answer the question. What about 2013 against the Grizzlies?
Is that the year that Blake Griffin and Zebo were beefing and they just lost?
Yeah. What about that? What did he do against 2013 against the Grizzlies?
Blake hurt his ankle in that series.
I mean, yeah, Blake Griffin.
What did Chris Paul do? So you're gonna sit here on it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit there. Everybody, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit there and make all types of excuses why Chris Paul didn't get it done because his
Tatum gets all the excuses in the world, doesn't he?
It's always making excuses. How are we gonna make all the excuses in the world for why he didn't get it done? And he had multiple.
Why did Tatum not get it done against the Warriors? Why did he not get it done against the Warriors?
You're deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. I'm saying you're inconsistent.
We're not talking. No. We're not talking about Jayson Tatum. We're talking about Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul
was hurt.
Come on, P5. Me and you both know Jayson Tatum's
in a game 3 and a game 4, Chris
list.
Paul game 3 had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He had more turnovers and assists in a game 3 against the Memphis Grizzlies as well. He shot 36% from the field, 0% from the 3-point line, and a plus minus of a -14.
And he was
so I'm like, where is he getting it done at?
And he was 23, 4, and 6, 50% from the field in that entire series. If he stopped going to just 1 or 2 games,
and he was terrible. He had a negative plus minus in the series as well.
1 or 2 games.
He was a plus minus in the negative. He was plus minus in the negative series, and then on top of that, he was
hurt. Of course, it's plus minus.
He was hurt. No, you want to
So Mookie. Why did Tatum not get it done against the Warriors? Why did Tatum not get it done against the Warriors?
D-Wade, where a washed up fucking Shaq, who's nowhere near the same caliber player, is able to average 35 in the finals.
He's still an MVP.
But P5, Jayson Tatum is not on Chris Paul's level though. That's the difference.
Okay, no, hurry. I'll say it again. I never said that.
My My point is to sit there and say is this. My point is to say is this. There is a reason that this player is blowing multiple 2-0 leads.
Because his team gets hurt, or he does. That's why.
Was his team hurt against the fucking Mavericks, motherfucker?
He was past his prime.
Was his team past his prime? We make it.
That was past his prime.
This nigga has made so many excuses for this nigga.
Oh, he wasn't even the best player on the team. You're holding that against Chris Paul.
Nigga, he was just 1 year. Hold on, everybody. He was just 1 year removed for being in MVP conversation, top 5 in MVP conversation.
When was he MVP conversation?
And team in the playoffs. He had the best record. He had the best record. He had the best.
He was.
Hold on. He was 1 year removed for being top 5 in MVP conversation and leading his team to the fucking goddamn finals. Nigga, what the fuck is you
top 5 in the voting? So my point.
He was top 5 in the voting. He was top 5. He was top 5 in the voting. P5.
He was top 5. You idiot.
He was fifth. He was
fifth
in 2021. You can look it up.
Yes, thank you. My point is to sit there and say in the 22 Western Conference semifinals,
that's just flawed,
Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go bring up his stat. I'm gonna put your ass on the fucking grill. I don't know what else to tell you. In game 4, Chris Paul had 5 points.
That's a whole lot of winning bias right there, Andrew.
Chris Paul had 5.
I'm just telling you the facts. I'm not arguing that.
Everybody, Chris Paul had 5 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Terrible garbage.
Past his prime.
Game 6, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists, 37% from the field, 33% from the three-point line. In a game 6, 13 points, 57% from the field. In a game 7, he scored 10 points with only 4 assists and shot 40% from the three. Shut up, nigga. He was 1 year removed.
You're talking about past his prime Chris Paul.
He was 1 year removed.
Past his prime Chris Paul.
He was in MVP conversation.
Doesn't matter. He was past his prime.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He was still in MVP conversation.
You know he wasn't the same player, Mookie.
You making all the excuse for that nigga not getting it done, bro. That is a terrible argument. The thing is, you can't count on many series or where D-Wade absolutely choked in the goddamn playoffs. So, like I said, D-Wade kept
eliminated in the first round. He didn't have to choke. He kept losing. And Chris Paul kept losing.
And Chris Paul kept on losing every time. Chris Paul is blowing multiple 2-1 leads. Name me a time when D-Wade's blowing 3-1 leads.
And you're trying to get me into this argument, Mookie. My argument was never
Chris Paul has blown multiple 3-1 leads in the playoffs.
It was never just the playoffs. My argument has always been
he's better. He's better
than Chris Paul has a decade plus of prime compared to D-Wade's like 6, maybe 7 years. My argument has always been that Chris Paul is a far better playmaker and passer and shooter while D-Wade is a better. While D-Wade, that's not cap. While D-Wade is also, while D-Wade might be a better peak player, like maybe a 3-year peak, he's probably better than Chris Paul. I'm not valuing a 3-year peak over 5 more years of prime, where Chris Paul at his peak was also finishing top 3 in MVP voting and was also just an amazing, an incredible player.
So imagine something. And he also performed in 05. The Heat were better than 06 when they won, right? They were up 3-2 versus the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Final, bro, and lost when D-Wade got hurt, bro. The Heat were back to back, you dumb motherfucker. So, like I said, you want to sit there and get hard. You want to sit there and give a perennial choker a fucking excuse for goddamn. You want to give a perennial choker an excuse for fucking blowing multiple 2-0, 3-0 leads, 3-1 leads ever. But D-Wade would have went back to back if he never got injured.
You don't know that. You're saying if.
Listen, what he would. Has Chris Paul ever been the best player on a championship team that he's being the best scorer, the best defender, the play creator, the shot creator, like D-Wade has multiple times?
Why are you asking him to do all that? What? He doesn't have to be
all
that.
Because he's never done it.
He can just be the best defender on the team. He can just be the best point of attack. He can just be the best point of attack defender, the best playmaker,
how can you sit there and say?
The best shooter.
How can you sit there and say that D-Wade, ladies and gentlemen, right? Chris Paul is better than D-Wade when Chris Paul has never been the best player on a championship team, where he's being a playmaker and to be a passer and doing all of that that's going to qualify for your ass to win games.
His team's kept
was they up against Houston, motherfucker? Was they hurt against Houston up 3-1, motherfucker?
You're talking about one series, Mookie. I'm talking
about one series. This is the thing. Hold on, P5. This is the thing.
One bad series.
When D-Wade is up 3-5, when D-Wade is up 3-1,
he's not cooking the fucking deal. He hasn't addressed anything.
Hold on. When D-Wade is up 3-1, he closed the deal. You ain't got to worry about D-Wade choking. When Chris Paul's up 3-1, when he has the chance to go into the goddamn Western Conference Final, he choke his fucking food every single time.
That one series. That
so like
one
I said,
series.
You didn't watch Chris Paul in New Orleans.
P5.
I did watch Chris Paul in New Orleans. He was incredible.
P5.
It was an MVP candidate. He was awesome.
P5. You're not talking about
He wasn't awesome in 2009, the first round against Denver.
He was still an incredible player in New Orleans. He was an incredible player in New Orleans.
How you gonna tell me about that?
He was an MVP candidate in New Orleans.
He was an MVP. He didn't show up in the playoffs, brother.
He showed up. He showed up in 08. He has so what? So 09. So that holds it.
Give it up, bro. No, nobody but you believe that CP3 is on D-Wade level. You're the only person.
I also think Chris Paul is better offensively than Kareem.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
That is wild. That is.
No, I don't think that. I don't think.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Hey, Mookie, I saw your stream, man, the other day by Jalen Hurts, man.
So I mean, I'm fine.
Eagles let me down, man. They let me down.
You just prefer
motherfucker went out like some sucker. That defense looked like pure fucking trash.
Yeah,
so if you prefer longevity, why is LeBron not your GOAT?
Because there's a scale to this, Mookie. And LeBron does not have 5 more years.
Why are you not using LeBron James?
LeBron does not have 5 more years of prime than Michael Jordan. He does not have 5 more years.
LeBron got a way longer prime and got a way longer longevity than Jordan. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. LeBron does have a way longer prime.
LeBron has like a 12-year prime. I would say Jordan's like at
I say 13. I say 13.
Back on this Chris Paul shit. Have you ever seen D Wade choke? Have you ever seen D Wade choke?
Keep repeating yourself.
Hold on. Have you ever seen D Wade choke when the best player was on the fucking bench against Houston?
Bro, you think of Ronnie Brewer
have
or
you
Corey Brewer
seen,
and Josh Smith?
Have you ever seen with Corey Brewer and Josh Smith, with James Harden's bench with Corey Brewer and Josh Smith, and he was on the fucking
bench? To Dwayne Wade?
Chris Paul still fucking choked.
To Dwayne Wade. That didn't happen to Dwayne Wade.
Okay, you cooked.
That wasn't my argument, Mookie. I never said that he was better in the playoffs than Dwayne Wade, and I never said that he was better at his team.
He's not better as a
and you can say that. You can rank him higher. And you can rank him. If you don't like longevity, that's fine. You don't have to like longevity. You can have that opinion, and I respect it. If you have D Wade over Chris Paul strictly off of peak, that's fine. I don't care. But my whole argument has been longevity matters. Chris Paul's longevity matters when ranking Dwayne Wade. It's why Kawhi's not. It's why Chris Paul's above Kawhi, and it's also why he's above Dwayne Wade.
Chris Paul's better than Kawhi. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Stop talking.
They just letting them play.
Kawhi's 5-year prime, Mookie. No, Kawhi's like a 5-year prime.
Chris Paul is nowhere near better than Kawhi as a basketball player. Stop sucking dick, bro.
Chris Paul has 6 more years of prime than Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi's a better scorer, better defender, better rebounder, better shot creator, better scorer in the paint. What are we talking about here, bro?
He does everything.
I think he's better at getting to the rim.
I think Chris Paul is
Chris Paul's a better.
What's your phone say?
I think Chris Paul, especially in New Orleans, was a better finisher. But I mean, it is what it is.
Boy, you is captain for real now.
I'm not captain.
Chris Paul is better finisher in New Orleans.
Did you not see Chris Paul in New Orleans?
I think that's why I say how can you sit up there and say that?
Let me go ahead and turn this camera off.
This dude said he's a better finisher.
Now I can't
say that.
I figured out something. I would rather have Kawhi Leonard's 5 years over Chris Paul's decade plus. That's fine.
Oh my God. Bro, you just said Chris Paul's a better finisher than Kawhi, bro. I'm done. Bro.
In New Orleans, yes, he was.
No, he was not. He was never a better finisher than Kawhi.
You didn't watch New
Orleans. Dumb ass shit, bro.
For example, you probably think he's a mid-range merchant, don't you, Mookie?
Who?
You.
No, I didn't. Never said he was a mid-range merchant.
Okay,
I said there said Kawhi is a better. Kawhi was a better, but he was nowhere near the finisher as Kawhi was.
He's a better finisher than
Kawhi. No, he was not. Kawhi was a better. Kawhi was better. Kawhi was better in the mid-range. He was a better shooter, better shot creator, better defender. He peaked as a way better scorer, better in the playoffs. It's not even fucking close. What are we talking about here, bro?
Chris Paul has 6 more years of prime than him.
Has Chris Paul ever proven you once that he could be a best player on a championship team?
If his team would stay healthy, then maybe it would have.
His team was healthy when he had the biggest meltdowns of his career, motherfucker.
We're talking about one series, Mookie. He was with that
series.
He was with that team for 6 years, Mookie. That team was hurt almost every year. That team was hurt almost every year.
Who was hurt on the team?
Talking to this.
Blake Griffin would get hurt. He would get hurt.
He wasn't hurt in the Houston series.
I didn't say he was, Mookie.
He wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt in the Portland series. When it was up 2-0
he was hurt in the
No, he got hurt against Portland. He got hurt against Portland.
Oh yeah, my bad.
He broke his hand. He broke his hand.
But he wasn't hurt in it. Was his co-star hurt in 21?
He wasn't in his prime.
22. He was in his prime, nigga.
He was not in his prime.
He was in prime in 21. In 21, Chris Paul was in his prime. And he was top 5 MVP voting and still choked.
It doesn't mean you're in your prime.
It's always an excuse. Every single time. It's always an excuse. Every single time when Chris Paul don't get it done. When he doesn't get it done, it's always excuses that he's hurt. He's injured. This come out and say he is not that good. He's never floor raising. He's never took a team that's good enough to win a championship to the promised land and won it all.
Because his team was always getting hurt outside of the Rockets series. Because I know you're going to run to that.
So hold on.
What about Kawhi? What about Kawhi? What happened in 2021 against
if his team
that was 2020. That was 2020.
Kawhi has proven you that he could be the best player on the championship team while being the best offensive player, the best defender. While Chris Paul can show you that he can't be the best player on the championship team because he choked his fucking pants every single time.
What happened in 2020, Mookie, when his team was fully healthy and they blew a 3-1 series lead to the Denver Nuggets? What happened?
21. It was 20 in the fucking
2020.
bubble.
You know what the series I'm talking about.
In the bubble. What happened when? What happened when Chris Paul's Oklahoma City Thunder team had a 3-2 lead and fucking absolutely choked that shit as well?
I'm talking about a 3-1 series lead, Mookie.
And I'm talking about five. I'm talking about 5 blown 2-0 leads as well.
I mean, look, if you want to run the 3-2 leads, then if you want to say that.
Wait, was OKC up?
So hold on. I don't understand why you sit there and say that Paul gets hurt and so does Wade and so does Kawhi. But how the fuck, since they get hurt, if D-Wade gets hurt, if Kawhi gets hurt as well, and Chris Paul longevity is better, then tell me why the fuck their peaks are higher and they won more than fucking Chris Paul, bro.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. Because I would rather have 11 years of a prime Chris Paul than just 5 years of a prime Kawhi or D-Wade.
So you basically sat there and said you would have 11. You basically praised losing. You would have 11 years of fucking losing. You have 11 years of fucking losing and not winning championships over other guys that have peaked higher and won championships. That's why your terrible logic is, bro.
It's not praising losing. It's just praising a player who was able to sustain greatness.
You're praising losing because how good is the player is? How good is the player is if he's playing that long and never reached the heights of both D-Wade and Kawhi?
Why do you not take into account the fact that his team was never healthy?
I'm taking into account that when he played 11 years, he has blown multiple 2-0 leads while him playing, and he has blown a lead when his team is healthy. When Chris Paul had a healthy squad, there has been proof in the pudding numerous of times that he has blown multiple 2-0 leads and blown a 3-1 lead.
How many times has his team been healthy? Twice. His team has been healthy twice.
His team has been healthy numerous of times.
Are you just talking about when he was on the Clippers, or are you talking about when he was on New Orleans?
Or are you talking about everything?
When he was in New Orleans, he was playing better teams than him. He was playing the Spurs.
My point is to sit there and say D-Wade and Kawhi Leonard have they have been
they did have home court that year.
They have been better playoff risers. They have also been peak higher than this motherfucker as a basketball player. Not only that, they have been proven that they can be the best player on a championship team by being the best offensive player.
Where's Kawhi ranked all time?
By being the best defensive player as well. They have led their teams to multiple deep postseason runs to a championship and wonder why Chris Paul, he has this 11 years of playing at a great level, but he has choked in the playoffs, haven't came close to the playoff rising ability of both players as well, and he hasn't proven that he can be a best player on a championship team like Kawhi did.
On a playoff riser, Chris Paul is a certified playoff riser. He rises every year in his prime.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Not every year is crazy. Every year is crazy.
Andrew. I'm trying
So what he's basically saying, ladies and gentlemen, he's picking a guy in Chris Paul
who played 6 more years of prime basketball,
who played 6 more years, who have won nothing, have never gave you to the heights of what they've done and proved that he can win a championship. Never gave a franchise a championship, not once. And you're picking that over a guy that has peaked higher, that has won a championship, that's had multiple deep postseason run as well. What are we talking about here?
That had one of the greatest postseason runs in NBA history.
When you get this through your head, Mookie, you've been talking basketball with me for months.
So why name me a playoff run? Hold on, name me a playoff run where Chris Paul had remotely close to what Kawhi had in 2019.
That's not what I'm saying.
It never happened.
That's not what I'm saying, Mookie. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. So what are you saying? You're saying 11 years over winning, dominance, champions,
winning. I don't take winning
ones,
into account.
heights of heights.
Take winning into account. You can do that.
Does not. You can't sit there and say 11 years of a guy playing good or in the NBA
at an MVP level.
Other guys of that. Yes. So let me ask you something: is Vince Carter over Kawhi and D Wade?
I don't rank Vince Carter. I haven't watched him. I haven't watched
Don't he has better longevity to goddamn
ask me another one, Mookie. I just told you I haven't watched Vince Carter, Mookie.
Is Vince Carter over Kawhi D Wade by your logic? Because
I don't know about Vince Carter.
This is what he's basically saying.
I don't know about Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. Vince Carter has been in the league, ladies and gentlemen, for how many years? He's been in the league for
prime years.
He's been in the league for 22 years. 22 years. He's been in the league for 20. He's been in the league. He's been in the league for 22 years. Is Chris Paul over? Is Vince Carter over guys like D Wade and Kawhi?
I'm not gonna rank a guy, Mookie. It's longevity is prime. How long is your prime? Now, how many years you've been in the league? You know that. You're just trolling with the Vince Carter thing, and I've already told you.
Hold on. Longevity is not how long you play, bro. It's how long.
It's about how long your prime is.
No. But their prime. Hold on. But you got to understand that D Wade and Kawhi prime has been better than him. I'm not taking 11 years worth of prime when it's not better than like 6 years of them playing at a high level, reaching their high peak, and then dominating the goddamn postseason run, bro.
Well, that's your opinion. Chris Paul has played 11 years at an MVP level. Chris Paul
that is a terrible point, bro.
Chris Paul is that's not a terrible point. It's preference.
Yes, it is. It's a terrible point.
It was a terrible point. It's just
so. Let me ask you something. How many prime years the Larry Bird has?
Like 9, 10, maybe.
Okay, is Chris Paul over Larry Bird with your logic?
No, because they have like around the same years of prime.
No, but Chris Paul has more prime than him.
No, it's like 10 or 11. Mookie, it's the same.
No, but Chris Paul has a longer prime, right?
How? No, it's like it's the same. Mookie, it's 10 or 11.
But Chris Paul has a longer prime, though.
No, he doesn't. It's 10. It's the same. It's a decade. It's
no, but I'm just saying.
What's Larry Bird's 10th prime year, bro? What's Larry Bird's 10th prime year?
I think he entered the league like right around a similar player to
he
what
got
he
in the
was.
league in 80.
No, P5, you're being inconsistent.
He hurt his back.
Yeah, so about like again
that's
9 years.
That's 9 at max.
9.
I've already said this. How long did it get? The gap in longevity.
So he has a better
scale
prime.
to this, Mookie. You're not getting it.
He has a better prime than the other guys.
5 years to 11 is different from 9 to 10. It's different.
How long is Steve Nash prime?
Like 5, 6 years, 7. I don't know.
Okay, how long is Allen Iverson prime?
Around the same, 6, 7, maybe.
Who's peak higher?
Who?
Allen Iverson, Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. So I rank Steve Nash above Allen Iverson. Okay, that's fine. You can laugh all you want. But I mean, there's a difference between a guy having 9 years of prime to 10 than a guy having 5 years.
Hey, bro, I'm just not gonna argue with this nigga.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Why is Nash better than AI?
P5. How long? P5. How long is John Stockton prime? Hello.
I'm still here. I actually don't know. I never thought about that. I don't rank.
John Stockton. What about Karl Malone?
I don't want to talk about Karl Malone, Peter.
So why is Karl Malone? Hold on. Why is Karl Malone better over guys like So is Karl Malone over guys? Hold on. Is Karl Malone better than Giannis all time?
No, because he's a pedo. I don't rank Karl Malone.
No. I'm just saying, like the prime. You can't.
I don't talk about Karl Malone. Name me another one.
I'm asking you. I'm talking about as a basketball player. Is Karl Malone over guys like Giannis?
Like
Kevin Garnett and all that? No, I'm talking about.
No, he's saying who had a better prime.
I don't know.
Who do you rank higher all time?
Who you rank higher all time?
Who? I don't rank Karl Malone. I rank Steve Kerr over Karl Malone all time. I don't rank Karl Malone.
Yeah, this nigga just being a hypocrite.
And by the way, Karl Malone, I guess, had a longer prime than Giannis because Giannis is still playing. But I mean, yeah, I'd say he had a longer prime than Giannis. But I mean, I don't rank Karl Malone.
How long is KD's prime years?
I would say he entered his prime in 11, and I would say it ended. Honestly, maybe in
what is considered in?
Wait, hold on.
Let him finish.
I would say he probably entered his prime in 10 or 11. I'll say 10, and then he exited his prime in about 19 or 20. Yeah, it's about a decade long.
So it's 10 years.
2021 against the Bucks wasn't his prime. 2021 against the Bucks wasn't his prime.
Or I mean, if you want to, I can put it to 2021. I thought y'all were going to say, the torn Achilles, but I'll go to 2021. Yeah, it's about what 11.
Wouldn't that make him better than Larry Bird by your own logic? But you have Bird higher, right?
It's only 1 or 2. Again, Andrew, I told you this in the Telegram.
Bro, he's switching the goalposts. These other players that have longer primes than them. And you sit there and say it's only a 2-year gap, bro.
Okay, but wait a minute. You just said hold on. You just said 2010, right? You said 20. Okay, but you said 2010 was the start of his prime, right?
It's about a decade or 11 years. It's about a decade or 11 years.
10 to 21. That's 12 years to 9 years of Larry Bird. You said 3 years was 20. Okay, so you're saying take out 20, so it's 11 to 9. Okay, so if it's 2 years, it doesn't matter, but if it's 3, it does. I just don't understand being that arbitrary. No, I understand it, P5. I just don't like the logic to me to have that 1 year that big a difference.
A 1 or 2 year a 1 or 2 year difference. When it comes to a 1 or 2 year difference, I use other things to differentiate those type of players. I don't think the gap is big enough. For example, Kawhi and Larry Bird, right?
So can I just ask a question, bro?
It's a 4 or 5.
I'll let you finish, but then I got a question for you.
All right.
So why is 1 to 2 years not that big a difference? Like if 2 years isn't that big a difference, like what's the huge difference between 2 years and 3 years? That's the part I'm not.
It's just what's more valuable.
That just seems arbitrary to me. Like it just seems arbitrary.
What's more valuable? It's just what's more valuable. That's it. It's just what's more valuable to me. I think 2 years is minuscule compared to 3. I think 3 years is when I think 3 years is when it starts getting to being a bigger difference because then if it's not 3 years and it's not 4.
Don't you have Steph Curry over Kobe?
No, I've never said that before. No.
Where's Steph Curry ranked on your list?
9.
Who you got him above?
Above him?
Who's 8? Who's 8?
No. Who you have Steph Curry above?
Larry Bird.
How many years Steph Curry prime is?
Same as Larry Bird, decade plus. It's like 10. He's working on his 11th year right now, I think. It's like 10 or
I'd say that I don't think 20
from like 13.
2014.
I count 13 to now is his prime. Of course, you take out 1 year.
So 2013 is Steph Curry's prime, but 2008 isn't LeBron's. I just don't understand how arbitrary.
2013 is when Curry started to. Did you see what Curry was doing in the playoffs in 2013?
Yes, I watched the playoffs. He was not near the same player he became in 2016.
It's not being near the same player because it's not being near the same player. Prime has to start somewhere. That's when.
Yeah, but 2009 is arguably LeBron's best season, and you said one year before.
And that's the year when the jump starts. Then when the jump shot started to develop slowly, that's the year when I think he started to peak.
I think 2009 is an outlier.
Steph Curry does not have a longer prime than Larry Bird, bro. Stop.
Well, you you can argue that. That's fine.
It's
that's ridiculous.
Hold on. Is Steph? Hold on.
Yeah, so 2013 is not his prime.
No,
I don't agree with KJ.
Larry Bird should be over. Larry Bird should be over goddamn guys like Steph Curry.
Not by my definition, no.
Steph Curry has a longer. Larry Bird has a longer prime than Steph Curry.
Even if I were to move it to 2014, which is the year I think he made his first All-Star team.
2014 was not his prime. That's the dumb point.
It's not a dumb point. If I think it's his prime, because that's when he really started to evolve as a shooter and as a playmaker.
2015 to 2016 was Steph Curry's prime.
That you could say that's the start of his peak, maybe, but that's
not
the
start of his prime.
It's not the start of his prime. That's ridiculous.
No, it was not. No,
because now you're trying to correlate the start of his prime to Steve Kerr going
that's
there.
8 years of Steph Curry. So how the fuck
that's
8 years is better than what Larry Bird is producing?
Because I don't agree with you. I disagree.
No, but it's your logic is inconsistent, bro.
No, I disagree with when you think early prime starts. I disagree.
No, but you're not keeping it. You're not keeping it consistent. That's the thing.
So it's not inconsistent. I think his prime starts before you're saying it does. I think his prime is longer.
So how many years Steph Curry's prime is?
10 or 11. He's probably on his 11th year right now. I'd have to do the
math.
Not gonna
lie. I'm looking back at it. 13.
If it started 2015, it's 10. If it started 2015,
I'm not gonna lie. His prime low-key might be from 2014 to now.
No matter what 2013.
I said 14. Nigga.
I know. I'm saying, but y'all were saying 13 a minute ago. I'm saying that's not.
But no matter what you say, it's like the same or more than Larry Bird.
I wasn't arguing that. That was Mookie.
I'm talking to Mookie.
Okay.
I'm talking to Mookie.
You said what?
Mookie. If it's 14 or 15, his prime would still be the same or longer than Larry Bird.
How many prime Kareem has? Years he has?
I think his prime ended sometime in the early 80s.
Good shot.
That's like 13 years though, because his rookie year, you could say he was arguably the best player in the league. His rookie year.
It's about 12 years.
Okay.
So wait a minute.
Whoa! How long was Michael Jordan's prime?
11 years? 10 years?
No, it wasn't. It was 10 at max. It was 10 at max.
I said 10 at least.
Okay, so
no at max, because even if it started 87,
hold on, Andrew. Why you don't have Kareem over Jordan?
1 second. One moment.
Kareem has longer years.
He running, man. He running.
Why you bringing up Michael Jordan, the GOAT?
No, I'm just saying. I'm using this logic. Why do he has Kareem over? Why do he has Jordan over Kareem when Kareem's prime years and his longevity is better?
And Sacramento gonna have to get rid of Harrison Barnes.
I mean, so y'all had said something earlier. It was interesting. Y'all said that
who's y'all, me or Mookie, or who's y'all?
Somebody. I think it was what's his name, the D nigga. The D. I think he said this.
Hey, Rob.
In Ghost Town. So why is Allen Iverson better than Steve Nash, especially in their peaks?
Okay, what was going on?
He said, hold on.
Let him answer.
Hold on, bro. P5. Why you don't have Kareem over Jordan by your logic about Kareem's prime being longer?
How long do you think Kareem's prime was?
13 years.
13? When do you think it ended?
It ended like I would say like 80. I think it was like 82, 83.
It's 82. That's 13. If it's 83, it's 14. So I mean, either way.
Yeah, his prime ended.
So Max
prime starts his rookie year.
I think it's 81. But,
his prime ended in 83.
I think it's 81.
I ask you again. Why you don't have Kareem over Jordan by your logic about the prime?
Because again, I don't think I think the difference of 12 and 10 years, I don't think it's that big of a gap. And plus, this is where
we talking about 3 more years.
Hold on, let him. I want to let him finish first, bro.
The difference of 12 years of prime compared to 10 years of prime is not big enough for me to say, wow, this player should clearly be over this guy. So when it's that close, I then say, okay, who was the better playoff performer and who's peaked higher? That's when I look at peak and prime. And
so
how
the fuck is Chris Paul better than D Wade and Kawhi by that?
Because Chris Paul has 6 more years of prime than those two.
Not the D Wade.
Hold on. So why
6 more years than Wade?
Like 4 or 5, Andrew. Like 4 or 5. 4 or 5.
I wouldn't even go that.
So why what's good of longevity if you didn't win anything when players have peaked?
I don't take into account winning. I don't take into account
but their primes at performing at that level was better.
Account winning, Mookie.
Their primes were better though.
They're not.
Yes, they were because
they were better, but
because in their prime, because the prime cannot be better than a particular player because it was just longer. No, in their prime, they was better at performing at playing basketball in their prime. They was better.
Mookie, I don't know how many times I had to tell you this. You cannot convince me that Chris Paul, who had 6, I'm talking about Kawhi.
You cannot convince me that Chris Paul was better basketball players than D Wade at playing basketball.
I'm not saying that, Mookie. I'm not saying
you cannot sit there and say that just because they have this longevity, it doesn't like that oversees what these other players were doing when they were playing basketball, when they were in their prime at playing basketball.
They peaked higher than Dwyane Wade.
So when they played basketball, they was better than Chris Paul.
Well, then if you want to rank your players that way, you can. But I'm
talking about that's a dumb reasoning. Just say you're a longevity merchant. Just say that I'm a longevity merchant. I think that I'm a longevity merchant. These guys play longer, so I'm going to suck up. They're playing better, and I'm a longevity merchant. Just say you're a longevity merchant, bro, and we can be done with this.
How am I? No, you're a peak merchant. Then.
You are a longevity merchant.
You're a peak merchant.
I'm not a peak merchant because I'm also. I'm not a peak merchant because the simple fact is that I value what these players did when they played at their prime and what they do to basketball, what value that they bring to basketball. And D Wade and Kawhi bring more value to basketball than Chris Paul. They not only bring more value to Chris Paul at basketball, but they bring more value that was leading to multiple deep postseason runs, winning championships, and having the dominance that they had in the playoffs.
And I value a player's ability to play at an all-time level and to sustain that for a long period of time.
But at the end of the day,
did not do that. Chris Paul did do
that. That's a terrible point because you just basically said, I'm going to value 11 years of Chris Paul or over D Wade of Kawhi, who was absolutely at their peak playing basketball and bringing value to a team that was leading the team to a championship multiple years, right? By being a great playoff performer. I'm not going to value longevity over that. That's terrible.
At the end of the day, though, the players that like D Wade and Kawhi, even though Chris Paul played longer, Kawhi and D Wade just done more. They've done way more.
They accomplished more, yeah.
They just done so much more. So I'm going to value their 6-7 years.
Because y'all aren't listening to me. Y'all aren't listening.
No,
to me.
I think everybody gets what you're arguing. We just disagree.
No. I'm talking to them. No, because they're saying accomplished more. I don't care about the fact that they've won their titles.
It's not about championships. It's just about them as players in general. In the playoffs, they have. In the playoffs, D Wade and Chris Paul have peaked at all-time heights in the playoffs.
Yes.
Multiple times. 05, 06, 010 for D Wade, Kawhi 2019, 2021, 2017. Just as a player in the playoffs, they've accomplished more.
And Chris Paul has also
2010
been
was one series, bro.
It's just his team has gotten hurt or he's ran into a better team.
I'm not even talking about team success. I'm just talking about his individual players.
Okay,
they have accomplished more.
Chris Paul, the individual, has played at high levels in the playoffs. He's risen.
But was it as high as 06? That's
not my argument, Nahari. That's not my argument. I've told you many times. Dwyane Wade and Kawhi Leonard higher than Chris Paul in the playoffs. They peaked higher than him as players in general. But I'm not.
So that's why they're better basketball players, and they should be.
And you know what, Mookie? I'd probably agree with you. But Chris Paul playing for 6 more years matters. And the fact that you're not taking
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
So
matter.
basically what you're saying, P5
It does though, but it does.
You saying just because they played longer, you can have player B. Let me ask you something. This is what P5 basically saying, right? You can have player A that's played 7-8 years at a high level than player B. One more, peak better on both ends of the basketball floor, was one of the greatest playoff performers of all time, to player B who just played longer and played at a good level.
Player A played 5 years in the league at his prime.
No. He didn't play 5 years in the league.
5 prime years, Mookie? 5 prime years. I'm talking about the prime years, Mookie.
Okay, my point is to sit there and say, I am taking the 5 years in those 6 years over the 11 years where a player just accumulating stats, bro. You basically playing and losing in stat padding.
I have not said a single stat.
That's what you do when you praising longevity. You're basically
praising a single stat.
You just basically giving them award. Just playing there. When you look at longevity, there are special like instincts of where players can't play that long. But when we looking at what they're doing at their peak, at their high level, the fact that Kawhi has been injured and he has accomplished more than Chris Paul, been a way better playoff performer than Chris Paul, way better scorer, way better defender, in a playoff setting, has anchored some of the greatest playoff defense in NBA history, to the fact that Chris Paul, who's blown multiple 2-0 leads, who's blown a 3-1 lead, even when his team was healthy, and never proven that he could be the best player on a championship team routinely of what Dwyane and Kawhi can do. I'm then not going to ignore that. I'm then not going to ignore all the work that they put in a prime and a peak, just to sit there and credit somebody for playing 11 years but not doing nothing with it, bro.
Okay, now Mookie, I will say it one more time. I do not care about Kawhi's ring. I do not care about D Wade's rings. I do not care about the fact that they were able to prove that they could be the best player on a championship team. And again, if I had to rank peaks, I would rank Kawhi and D Wade's like top 10. They're like close to the top 10. And Chris Paul would be like top 20 maybe. And I agree with you that D Wade and Chris Paul peak higher, not only as players, but in the playoffs. I am not going to sit there and take Chris Paul or take Kawhi Leonard, who has like 4 or 5 years of prime basketball, over Chris Paul, who sustained all-time great level play for a decade plus. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Steve Nash is over Kawhi.
It's like what Mookie. Steve Nash is a 6-year prime. No. It's only 6 better longevity. It's a 6-year prime.
That means Russell Westbrook is over Kawhi.
You don't know how. You said who?
Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
Hey, P5, what do you play for?
Oh my fucking gosh!
Let me go ahead.
Wait, how long?
Russell Westbrook is.
How long was Russell's prime?
Russell Westbrook.
I don't know. You're the one that made the statement, bro.
No, I just said that blindly. Let me think about that.
No. Russell Westbrook has a longer prime than Kawhi, so that means Russell Westbrook.
Let me think of how long Russ's prime is, because again, I've never thought about ranking Russ.
Okay, that means
I never thought about ranking Russ.
That means James Harden is over Kawhi, right?
Oh yes. James Harden is above Kawhi all time. Yes.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
His basketball knowledge is there. How long is James Harden prime, right quick?
Let's say James Harden's prime.
P5. How long James Harden Kawhi prime is?
I'd say probably 8 years. Off the top of my head, 8 years maybe.
Because of 8 years. James Harden, when do you think his prime started?
James Harden's
because it started in the year he got to Houston.
I don't think it started.
It started in 2015, right? Yeah, 2015.
I don't think it started until his second or third year.
Another one that I just.
So he has 10. James Harden prime is 10 years.
10? No, I never said that.
From
what?
2013.
His prime ended in 2021.
I think his prime ended when he got hurt against the net. Hurt in the net series. That's when it ended.
2021. That's 2021.
And if I say his prime,
so you're saying that's 9 years. You're saying 9 years. Well, it's not that hard to do math, bro.
I'm not that. Look, math is not. I have like a 61 in algebra 2 right now.
Oh damn.
Andrew, I couldn't go to a tournament in Houston because of
basketball.
No, it's not because
so that means is Jason Kidd over Kawhi too as well?
Jason Kidd.
He probably doesn't know much about Jason Kidd. Maybe he does. I'm just gonna guess he doesn't.
I know about peak Jason Kidd, but I never thought about how long his prime was, or like watched his career throughout. I watched his New Jersey Nets years, some of them, but I wouldn't say Jason Kidd is a play. I know enough to know that he's one of the greatest point guard defenders and passes and playmakers, but I wouldn't say that I know I'm in depth on Jason Kidd. No.
So
I'm still trying to watch some players. Like I still need to watch.
Is Kevin McHale over Shaq because he has more longevity, right?
Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on.
If he says that, bro. Wait, when was Shaq's prime to you? Hold on.
Kevin McHale is not. Kevin McHale did not have.
How many prime years McHale has, bro?
And Shaq, how many Shaq?
How many prime years Kevin McHale has?
He didn't. It doesn't matter. He didn't play at an all-time level for a sustained amount of years.
Oh, so it's not okay. So you talking about now? He's have to play at an all-time level, but how is Chris Paul over Kawhi when he hasn't played at the level Kawhi played at in his
level for a decade plus? Mookie, he did play at an all-time level. He did.
No, but he didn't play up to the level what Kawhi played in. That's my point.
He did it for 6 more years, Mookie.
No, he did not. He didn't play at the level Kawhi.
He did. He played.
No, he was not at that level in 2018, man. If you're saying that's end of his prime, he's not at the same level in 18 as an all-time level. Like that's
okay. Look, here's the thing. If I've got Mookie going to Kevin fucking McHale and trying to catch me up on
longevity,
I'm not co-signing everything he's saying.
Kevin McHale did not. Kevin McHale. I don't even think his. I don't even think his prime is longer.
That's what you're saying when you sit there and do this longevity.
I don't think his prime is longer than Shaq's. That's first off. Secondly, Kevin McHale didn't play at an all-time level throughout all of those years. He probably had like a 2 or 3 year really good peak, especially as a 6th man early in his career. Then he became a starter and played great in the playoffs. But he still didn't play at any all-time.
How long was Moses Malone peak was?
I don't know.
His peak? I think peak is like 2 or 3 years.
His prime.
His prime. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know his peak is like the early 80s, but I don't know.
No, my point is to sit there and say is this.
You're banning all the people that say that I was cooking. That's crazy.
He was not cooking. They just dick suckers, bro. They just don't know basketball. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like and niggas like y'all are like ruined on why like basketball discourse is cooked, because what y'all basically sitting there and saying is you value a player that's just playing in the league, and if you play at a good level, what do we play? What we in the NBA to play in? We're in the NBA to win championships, to lead some of the greatest offensive units,
so you want to provide impact,
and to win championships and to lead their teams to deep postseason runs every single year. You then sit there knowing the shit that D Wade and Kawhi has put in, knowing the work that they put in because of fucking longevity, bro.
Kawhi didn't do that every single year. He did it twice. Kawhi did it twice.
Okay, and that's more than what Chris Paul has done. That's my point.
Chris Paul
Chris Paul has played. Hold on. Chris Paul has played 11 years in the league, and he has never won a championship before.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, he's played more than 11 years. This is 20th year, isn't it?
Oh, he's played 20 years in the league and still haven't won a championship.
Why this nigga Pete Fast been bringing up injury prone ass fucking CP3, dog?
It does not matter. It does not matter. If y'all want to value winning, I don't value winning when I rank.
Stop banning the niggas that are saying.
Shut your bitch ass up, bro. You like white players, bro. You love white players.
I just put y'all for the past 15 minutes.
You're a munch for white players, bro. Now,
like I said, Jokic is better than Kobe, Mook. Remember that?
Yeah.
Offensively, he is. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and Kobe and Jokic doesn't have. And King J values longevity so much, but he has Jokic better offense than Kobe. But Kobe has better longevity.
Okay. Did I say peak?
You sound dumb as fuck.
But I said peak.
But I said peak not even existent.
But I said
that's a different conversation.
But I said peak though. I said peak.
Hold on. So let me ask you something. Is Oscar Robertson over Steph Curry?
You asking me?
Yes.
He said he don't know.
No, I don't. I mean,
I don't rank 60 players. I don't know. I don't rank 60 players.
But Oscar Robertson has better longevity than Steph Curry.
I don't rank 60
players. But Steph has a way better. Does he even have better longevity?
Yes.
Troy Shinobi, what up, man?
His prime started.
I don't even know. And besides, Steph had a way better prime than Oscar Robertson.
Okay, so my point is to sit there and say is this: you losing a way better prime, but Kawhi and D-Wade had a way better prime than Chris Paul.
Yeah, but his prime was short.
But it don't matter about
it does matter though. How long is Kawhi? Hold on, let's put Kawhi's
prime.
But hold on, it's a scale. What don't you understand, Mookie? It's a scale, right?
It's not a scale when somebody's prime is better.
That's not saying just because someone's longevity is better than others. That don't mean we're gonna rank them above. It's a scale. We evaluate. Okay, how good are you? How good are you in your prime? Right? How close is the prime? And if the prime is close, right? Whether or not you agree with how the prime is close, as long as it's consistent with what they believe. If you believe the prime is close, right? And one player has way more longevity, then the longevity is going to overtake the prime. But one player could have a way better prime, but less longevity.
What do you mean by way better prime?
But his prime is so much better.
Hold on, what do you mean by way better prime?
Okay, if you think
it's a hypothetical.
No, I didn't ask you. What do you mean by way better prime?
I was explain my own logic to you, but okay.
But one dude was way better during his prime years than another player.
And that's why I think that Kawhi D-Wade was better than Chris Paul.
That's fine as long as you're consistent, but it's not inconsistent with what P5 believes.
But it's
he doesn't believe not the prime. He don't believe.
Okay.
What don't you understand? First of all, Kawhi's prime. Let's talk about Kawhi's prime, right? Hold on. Let me explain. Kawhi's prime is what? 4 years?
5.
5.
What's 5?
2015, 2016.
16, 17, 19,
no, his
20,
prime was not
21.
2016.
Yes, it was. It was 2015,
it was
2016.
Yes, it was.
It was 2017.
No, it was not. It was 2015, 2016.
It was 2017.
It was 2016.
No, it was 2017.
It was 2016.
It was 2016.
Everybody. 2015,
no, it was 2017.
It was 2016.
Definitely 2016.
No, he was a way worse.
Andrew, 2015, 2016, right? He averaged 21 points off of a very, very efficient shooting, above 60% shooting. He made first team All NBA. He made first team All Defensive Team. Won his back-to-back DPOY and was top 2 in MVP conversations that year, bro. And lost because Steph Curry had an all-time great.
Had the greatest season ever. Yep.
Yeah, had the greatest regular season ever. So yes, that's when his prime started.
No, that's not his prime because he wasn't the same player. He wasn't nearly as
That's not his prime, nigga.
And the reason why it's not his prime because he wasn't nearly as good as the following year.
He was top.
That's Pete.
That's Pete. One defensive player.
Everybody. Kawhi Leonard, when we're looking at terms of efficiency, Kawhi in 2015, 2016 was more efficient than the year that you consider his prime.
Yeah, but he scored 4 less points.
He shot 50%. He shot 50, 40. He went 50, 40, 90 almost in that 2015 season, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
On top of winning defensive player of the year.
But he also averaged 4 less points, though.
Oh, it don't matter about the points. He was averaging 4 less points.
And he was way better. And he was way better. And he was way better in 2017. Hold on. And in the playoffs, he was way better in 2017 and 2016.
Yeah, but in 2017, he was going against the Memphis Grizzlies without Tony Allen.
They were top 10 defense.
They didn't have Tony Allen, though.
Okay, and he was cooking the Warriors.
You know that. That's their best perimeter defender.
And he was cooking the Warriors.
What do you say? In one game, you're bringing up one half.
His prime started off 2015, 2016.
Well, the Rockets didn't have a good
2016. Hold on, it was 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Stop it, bro. He was in his prime. That's when his prime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't think 2016, that's not Kawhi's prime.
Whether it's 16 or 17, what's the point? What's the point anyway? Go ahead.
Well,
Kawhi's had a 6-year. Hold on, Kawhi's had a 6-year prime. 2015,
and it's still not enough.
Wait, what's the 6th year?
Okay, the 6 years was last year. 22, 23.
He, 22, 23,
I can't even count last year, bro.
22. He played almost half the game. That was his prime. So 22.
If you want to count it, I'll give it to you.
2020, 21 prime. All that he had a 6-year prime. And so I'm taking the 6 year. Hold on, P5. I'm taking the 6 years of Kawhi playing basketball over 11 years of Chris Paul's longevity. His prime was better.
I don't know why Brandon's saying 16, 17 is the same. His assist went up, his scoring went up by 4 points, right? He's just efficient. So I don't understand. I don't understand how you're gonna say 2016 is the same as.
But even if
that's peak and prime, King James.
Brandon, hop in.
But Brian is saying he's the same player both years. No, he's not, bro.
Yes, he was. He was the same player. You sound.
Oh, he said the same player. I didn't.
Oh, the same player was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Same player is crazy, but that definitely was his prime, though. 2016 was definitely his prime. P5.
I wasn't his
prime. Yeah, you can't deny 2016. You can't deny 2016 for Kawhi. I don't agree with 22, 23 though.
You can fuse his prime with peak.
That's not because he was in a different system. Kawhi was just better. Brandon.
Hey, go ahead, Brandon.
Here you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. This take's horrible. Kawhi was absolutely as good in 2016 as he was in 2017. The difference was in 2016 he was in the Spurs system, which kept his points per game down, and his role was completely different. In Toronto, his role was much bigger.
He wasn't in Toronto till 19.
What are you talking about? Toronto till 19, bro.
The difference is just what the role was.
Okay. So Brandon, if I'm averaging 4 more points, right, and my efficiency is the same, and my assists go up, am I not a much better player than I was the year before?
No, because your take has no context, right?
What changed about the Spurs system?
No. Let me finish. When the Spurs won a title in 2014, they didn't have a single player who averaged over 20 points a game. That was the system. And Kawhi was not bigger than Popovich. Popovich is one of the greatest coaches in the history
wasn't as good of a
NBA.
player
So
in 2014.
Kawhi was staying within the system. Like the point is, whenever you stop, let me finish. Whenever you play with great players, your points per game goes down. Like when Dwayne Wade played with LeBron and Bosh, his points per game were obviously lower than when he was leading Miami to a title in 2006. He's the same fucking player. Your take's
no,
casual.
he was no.
Casual.
Okay. So who are the great players?
Yeah, D Wade wasn't the same type of player. Wasn't the same caliber player then.
Your argument, right? First of all,
yes, he was. D Wade was the same caliber player. His role.
Hold on, let him
his body had already started breaking down at that point, bro. But okay.
Who are
not
these
his first 2 years.
Who are these great players that retired in 2016 that forced him to take on a huge role in 2017?
No, you're missing my point.
Well, Tim Duncan did, but Tim Duncan wasn't that great in 16. Duncan wasn't that great in 16 on offense. I'm not going to argue that, but he did.
Don't answer for him.
Popovich's system
I'll let him
not allow a player to put up big individual numbers.
He played the same system last year.
It was almost the same. It was literally almost the same exact roster minus Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan in his prime was never averaging 29, 30 a game. That's not the fucking system. Kawhi had bigger numbers in Toronto because his role was bigger. It was a different
No one's talking about Toronto.
Exactly
Why you keep talking about Toronto?
I don't know what Brandon is doing.
2 years afterwards, bro. We're talking about 1 year.
3 years.
Yeah,
he's talking about 16. He's talking about the 16 year and the 17 year, bro. He's talking about the 19 year, bro.
You know what?
Talking about the 19 year.
Do you know what the year 2017 was? Okay, what changed about the roster?
The Spurs roster changed because Ginobili, Duncan, and Parker, they got older, and as they declined, Kawhi's usage rate went up. That's the only difference.
A year older?
Pop gave him the team.
Duncan retired, so all of a sudden, 1 year, they just became washed.
No, what I'm saying, Parker and Ginobili were at the end of their career, right at 2015 and 2016. And so that as they began to decline, Kawhi's usage rate and role went up. He was not a different player. His usage rate went up. That's why his efficiency was exactly the same as you just admitted.
That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. When you score more points, when you take more shots, usually your efficiency dips. If you're scoring more points, your efficiency remains the same and your assists go up, that's an improvement. That's a good thing. That's not just you taking on more. If his efficiency went down significantly or noticeably, you would have a point, but it didn't.
No.
If you're able to increase your volume and maintain efficiency and increase your playmaking, that means you're a better player.
I'll just cook you here.
And he was better in the playoffs.
I'll cook you here completely. Name one thing that Kawhi did significantly better in 2017 than 2016.
Creating off the dribble.
3-point shooting, mid-range, finishing at the hoop.
Name
one thing he did better. Name one.
Creating off the dribble, his post game.
No, give me a break.
He was definitely better.
Kawhi's never been great at creating off the dribble.
See, Brandon, what? Like, what does that even mean?
What, nigga?
Kawhi has never been a great playmaker off the dribble.
Yes,
the difference between difference between the 2 years was that Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili got older, so Kawhi's role got bigger.
Bro,
And
Duncan was not some feature in their offense in 2016.
Duncan was Duncan offensively.
He was a role player last year.
Hold on. Brandon, Duncan was a role player. They didn't feature him in all.
Yeah, like, I don't know what Brandon's talking about. He's
and
just
Kawhi was still the #1 option the year before. They still had LaMarcus Aldridge, right? And it was almost the same exact roster minus Tim Duncan.
Right,
who was
but
basically
Aldridge
a defensive
started
specialist.
to have injuries too.
He was not injured in 2017, man.
The Spurs team changed
Or
dramatically
2016
when Kawhi was playing there. Like Ginobili and Parker were in complete decline when Kawhi was at the end in San Antonio. The Spurs roster changed significantly when Kawhi was there. That's why his usage rate went up significantly.
What significant change? What significant change
from the team that year? 2017. They got a year.
So Brandon, let me ask you something. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, let me ask Brandon something. Let me ask Brandon something. Hold on, Brandon. Do you believe that Chris Paul is over Kawhi all the time?
No. Like here's why P5 cooked himself. Because P5's whole argument for Chris Paul is longevity, but here's the problem with that. So Chris Paul had 2 to 3 times as many opportunities as players like Wade and Kawhi to have great playoff runs, and Paul never had one great playoff run. Paul choked against OKC.
Oh, that's not true.
Paul choked against OKC. Paul choked against Houston. And Paul choked against Milwaukee. Paul also choked in Game 7 against Dallas. Paul lost by 50 in Game 7 against Dallas. So Paul had more opportunities for good playoff runs. He never had one, and he choked like a chicken 4 different times.
I would say 20. I would say
he didn't choke in 20.
Yeah, I would say
P5. What's your response to that, P5?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, let them go, bro.
Let them go. Everybody stay in the silent. What's your response to that, P5?
Brandon, would you like to please acknowledge the fact that Chris Paul's teams almost year in and year out, especially when he joined the Clippers, were injured in 2015?
Okay, so no. So let's only talk about the years where Chris Paul's teams were healthy. So they were healthy.
How many years is that? How many years is that?
Let me finish. So
How many
Chris
years?
Paul's
How many years that is, Brandon?
Let me finish. Chris Paul's Phoenix team was healthy when they choked and
I'm
lost.
talking about his prime, Brandon.
His
His prime.
team that wasn't even that
Not
good.
his prime,
Okay,
Brandon.
Chris
It helps
Paul's
my point
team was
even
healthy
further if
when
you say that is his
choked
prime.
against OKC as
That
well.
helps my point
So
even further.
even if we want to isolate
He
Chris
played a better
Paul,
team in
let me finish.
Let him finish, P5.
Even if we isolate Chris Paul's performances where he as an individual and his team were healthy, he has no great playoff performances. He had one arguably great series against San Antonio. That was in the first fucking round, and his team didn't do shit that year. Chris Paul choked multiple times, even when he and his team were healthy. He didn't have one great playoff run, despite having 20 fucking years to have a great playoff run.
Cook his ass, Brandon.
Okay, now, Brandon, let me flesh out my point too, because it sounds like you weren't listening to a word I said. I said that Chris Paul's
I'm
prime,
just looking at the years Chris Paul was healthy, just those years.
No, because I'm not looking past the year that he had his hamstring injury. I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking past that because he wasn't the same player post 2018. If you say he was still in his prime post 2018, it actually helps my point even further, Brandon. So so I'm gonna save you and just look at pre 2018. Okay, tell me, how many years was Chris Paul's team healthy?
I'm looking at the years Chris Paul's teams were healthy. Wait, so
how many years? How many times was Chris Paul's teams healthy pre 2018?
They never did anything, even when they were healthy.
How many times were they healthy, Brandon?
They never did anything when they were
Answer
healthy.
the question, Brandon.
It doesn't matter.
And how many times were they healthy?
They were healthy more than once, and they never did anything.
Brandon, that's not an answer. How many times were they healthy?
Chris Paul's team was not hurt when they choked the 3-1 lead.
Brandon, when he actually joined a championship contending team with the Clippers, because let's be honest, Brandon, me and you both know that the Hornets were not contenders, and nobody expected him to beat the Spurs. He played great against the Spurs, all right? So we're gonna go to the time when he joined the Clippers and was actually on a championship comparable team. Tell me, Brandon, how many times were those teams healthy?
Okay, so I'm just looking at the years. I'll say
But they
this
were
twice. I'll say this twice because you don't seem to be listening. I'm only looking at the years where Chris Paul and his team was healthy.
Okay,
like when he
now tell me the years.
Wait. When he choked like a chicken and lost a 3-1 lead to Houston. And let's add some more context there. Because the reason why the Clippers lost to Houston was Houston came back down 30 with Corey fucking Brewer on the court because Houston had pulled their starters when they were down 30. That's one of the
Corey
biggest
Brewer
playoff
and Josh Smith going
games
on an improbable run, yes.
No, that's one of the biggest playoff chokes in NBA history.
It is, but I'm just saying it's a unique circumstance.
To lose a 30-point lead because Corey fucking Brewer goes off. That's just fucking embarrassing.
No. That's fine. He choked. Now tell me what happened to Kawhi in 2020. What happened to Kawhi in 2020? What happened to Kawhi in 2020? What happened to Kawhi in 2020, Brandon?
Yeah, no, that is
He
the
choked
one
like a chicken, like you would say, right? He choked like a chicken, and he performed terribly in Game 7, right? Terribly in Game 7.
I'm not.
That was in a bubble.
In 2020.
I don't care what it was in. The Nuggets were also in the bubble, Mookie. It doesn't matter.
No, what I'm saying is Chris Paul has 4 separate playoff chokes.
When?
Hey,
he named him. How many years he was healthy?
He does not have 4 pre-2018. No, he does not.
How did he choke against Milwaukee?
He choked against the Houston Rockets. He choked against Milwaukee. Stop his nonsense.
How did he choke against Milwaukee?
Time. I've already been.
He choked against Dallas.
How did he choke against Milwaukee?
You don't get a pass.
Yeah, but
you trying to give him a pass.
All right, but how did he choke against Milwaukee? Can I get an answer?
I want to bring up how Dwyane Wade got blown out Game 7 against the Raptors in 2016. I want to bring up how he blew a 2-0 series against Boston.
Can I get an answer to how he choked him against Milwaukee?
Wade was well past his prime, and
he didn't
choke.
King J, they're gonna bring up Game 4. They're gonna bring up Game 4.
No. Can y'all explain to me how he choked against Milwaukee?
They're gonna bring up Game 4. I'm telling you, they're gonna bring up Game 4.
He didn't choke in that series.
Brandon, what you just said about Dwyane Wade was my whole point with Chris Paul.
No, it's not the same. Wade in 2016 was in significant decline. When Paul choked with Phoenix,
2022 is a significant decline.
Dude, shut up. Okay? When Paul choked against Dallas, Paul was playing at a much higher level than Wade was. To compare Wade in 2016,
he was not. What?
Paul was in Phoenix.
Paul was nowhere near the same player in 2022. What are you?
No, it wasn't. There was not a huge gap from 2016.
Yes, there was. Wade in 2016
was the all-star caliber player that year.
D-Wade, Chris Paul laid an egg against the. Chris Paul, hold on, Loran. Chris Paul laid an egg in Game 4. He had 8 points, had the crucial turnover within the last seconds in the fourth quarter as well. He had more turnovers than fucking goddamn points. Give me a break, bro. That nigga choked his ass off, bro. Stop his nonsense.
So he choked because he played bad in one game.
He blew it. He
was mediocre throughout the majority of the game. He was mediocre Game 6. He was mediocre in Game 5.
Oh, that is a lie. That's a lie, nigga. Do your research.
Yes, you were.
No, bro.
Game 6 stats.
Chris Paul was really good when that Milwaukee.
Let me go, bro. Oh, no. I'm going to pull up Game 6 right now. Hold on.
He played fine.
And let me pull up Game
6. He was good in Game 6. He was good in Game 6.
He was their best. He was the best player.
Here goes Chris Paul's Game 6 stats.
Hold on.
Here goes Chris Paul's Game 6 stats, right? 26 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 of 19 from the field, a true shooting of 62.6%, and that's mediocre.
That's not choking. That's not mediocre.
And what's his plus minus?
Oh, now it's plus minus? Are you serious? Is how we doing it?
His plus minus
that means mediocre.
Bro, stop it.
Minus was complete trash in 4 of the 6 games this year.
It was no impact.
He was not trash in 4 of the 6 games.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me?
Okay. I'm gonna cook y'all niggas right now, bro.
Tell me what's his field goal percentage?
What? In Game 6?
Yes.
Can I go?
It was 53%.
What was he shot from the 3-point line?
1 of 2.
50%.
And
yeah, but you getting cooked, man. Just give it up, nigga. Just give it up, bro. You got cooked.
What's his true shooter percentage?
62. He said 62.
Okay, and what was his plus minus?
It was -8.
Who had a positive on that team?
Who had a
positive?
So is that how you're gonna judge players, right? You're just gonna look at the plus minus and say, they would play bad or whatever.
That's how I gauge impact.
Okay.
That means when he was on the floor, his team was getting outscored. So those
that don't mean it's because of his. See, this is where blown out, okay, see, Mookie, this is what I'm talking about, Mookie, right? This is the problem which you fucking hypocrite. You want to call out us and you stat nerds and this like that. When you pick and choose what stats to use for your argument,
bro, he didn't have no impact in that game.
You just asked like 18 different stats, and when you realize that each stat didn't work,
look at his plus minus.
Looking at the one stat. And that means he's bad.
That means The game was I remember they was blowing them out. The Milwaukee was wiping the floor with them.
I'm gonna use. Hold on.
Milwaukee was wiping the floor with them niggas, bro. What are you talking
Game
about?
6.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna use.
Turnovers were horrible in that series too.
Right.
Chris Paul was committing 4, 5, 6 turnovers in multiple games. His turnovers were horrible in that series too.
He played bad in game 4. He played bad in game 4.
Hey, KJ, can you tell me what Chris Paul had in
hold
on. KJ, can you tell me what Chris Paul had in game 3, please?
He had 19 points, 9 assists, 8 of 14 from the field.
What was his turnovers?
He had 4.
Okay. What did he shoot from the 3-point line?
He shot 1 of 4. He had a true shooting of 62.
Yeah,
okay,
Chris
what was
Paul
his free throw?
had
What was his? Hold on. What's his free throw percentage?
He had 3 free throws, 2 of 3.
Okay, what was his plus minus?
It was minus 13.
You're cooked.
Yo.
Hold on, KJ. Tell me what was game 4.
He played bad in game 4. I give you that.
Game 4 was the bad game. Game 4 was the bad game.
10 points, 7 assists, 5 turnovers, 38% for the field, 0% from the 3-point line. So he had 2 bad games. He had 2 bad games in that series.
Game 3 was not a bad game.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. He was bad that game.
19 points, 9 assists. He's 2%.
He had a plus minus of -13 and had 4 turnovers that game. He was bad in that game. Stop.
Okay. So
he was bad.
Okay. So hold on, Mookie. So Mookie, when Giannis shot 5 for 18 in game 3 with like 8 turnovers against the Raptors, did he have a bad game? Even though he had a positive plus minus?
Bro, what I'm saying is that if you had a bad plus minus, if you had a bad plus minus in a loss, you're terrible, bro.
No, Chris Paul had a bad plus minus because of his turnovers.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, Mookie. You see, Mookie, this is where you're being a hypocrite. Giannis in game 3 against Toronto shot 5 of 16 from the field with 8 turnovers, scored 12 points, and he fouled out. But he had a plus minus of +3. Did he have a good game?
No, he didn't have a good game, but he lost.
Why not? He had a +3. Now it's because he lost.
But he lost.
He just brought up.
The thing is, Chris Paul had a negative plus minus, and he lost, and he played like shit.
But he was.
Yeah, Chris Paul's turnover
Mookie, this is where you're being a hypocrite. When Giannis was on the court,
yeah, that's the plus minus of the team, though.
Like, no, but he lost.
No, but they were outscored. But they were outscored.
But he lost.
When Giannis was on the court, so now you move the goal.
Hold on, what game was this?
What
game was this?
Game 3.
Oh, put context to it. Giannis Antetokounmpo got fouled out in the overtime game against the Toronto Raptors. So his plus minus
that doesn't help your point, bro.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because he came off the floor.
That means the game was lost when he was off the court.
No.
So that means the game was lost when he was off the court.
His plus minus is miscued because he got fouled out early in that fourth quarter. He got fouled out. Stop this nonsense, my nigga.
But he had a plus. Okay, so what you're telling me is they outscored the Raptors with him on the court, and when he fouled out is when he lost the game because he wasn't on the court to impact the game.
No, I'm saying that Giannis Antetokounmpo. No, I'm saying Giannis Antetokounmpo did not play good in that game. But my point is to sit there and say this: you got to put plus minus to context because he got fouled out in that game, and if he would keep playing, his plus minus would be even worse than what it was.
Okay, so what about all the games, right? Where LeBron had where the Lakers had a positive plus minus with LeBron on the floor, and when they're off the floor, they were getting blown out. Does he get a pass for all those games too because he had a positive plus minus? Because the only thing you're basing this off is plus minus.
No.
We're talking about his individual play. We're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, he's talking about his individual play.
Plus minus is not individual play.
Yes, it was. He played like shit.
Plus minus is not individual. That's team.
No, Chris Paul did not have no impact in that game.
That's like using defense. That's like using defensive rating for a single floor player. Like
it might be a good stat over a season, but not a 1-game sample size.
Plus minus is like irrelevant.
You have to watch the game.
You don't understand how bad plus minus could be misconstrued in small sample sizes.
Hey, Brandon, what you said, Brandon?
What they're missing is that, of course, you have to watch the game and contextualize everything, including plus minus. But Chris Paul had horrific issues with turnovers the whole series, and that's why his
just doing that off of one game.
He did not play that well.
Yeah, doing that off one game.
Literally one game.
He had key turnovers, and he was a defensive liability in that series.
Multiple games. He had 6 turnovers in one game. He had 4 turnovers in another. He had turnovers in multiple games. It was not just one game.
So 2 games.
Right. So 2 games. 2 games.
No, he had turnovers in. He had 4, 5, and 6 turnovers in 3 games. He had turnover issues in 3 of the 6 games in the series.
That's half the
3 of
series.
6.
What games were those?
What games? They were games 2, 3, and 4.
So what was the plus minus?
And he was bad. He was bad in game 4. Yeah, he was bad in game 4 though.
He was bad in multiple games in the series.
Hold on. Go ahead, Lord Rand.
All right. Dwyane Wade in a 9-year span from 2004 to 2012, he was 26, 6 and 5, shooting 48, 29, and I think 77 splits. So that's a 9-year. So that's a 9-year span where he was a top 10 player, arguably a top 5 player in the league. So what the fuck are you talking about that this nigga had like 6 more years of peak performance? And if you want to use the excuse that Chris Paul's teams were injured, okay, cool. You could do the same shit for Dwyane Wade. If Dwyane Wade didn't get hurt, he would be even more successful. He would have even more accolades, even more stats.
LeBron on
Kawhi Leonard. Let me go,
Could
bro.
put that out, yeah.
Yeah, but Wade's best years were without LeBron.
Shut up, bro. Let me go, man.
I know, and I'm saying they weren't with LeBron. He's saying in his prime is longer than it actually was.
Let Lord Rand go, P5.
Bro, again, you cannot use an excuse of a guy being hurt if the other guy also has a problem with being hurt, and that guy was a better peak performer, right? He was a better player when it counted the most, which is the playoffs, because that's what separates you from all-star players into being an all-time great, nigga, is winning in the fucking playoffs. And so if you got 2 guys that reached the pinnacle, were better, right? How the fuck can you say just because a guy was more successful for a longer period of time without even winning? Because you play to fucking win championships, nigga. Stats are a result of your fucking of your pursuit of victory, nigga. That's what stats are.
Fact.
So,
Okay, Lord Rand. Okay, now Lord Rand. Let me.
Damn, Lord Rand is cooking on stat nerds and P5 and King J.
P5. Do you even think Chris Paul's the first option on a championship team? Yes or no?
Niggas play no sports, bro.
Hold on, wait. That's Brandon. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
It is relevant because Wade
is he a first scoring option? No, but can he be the best player? I think he could have been. Yes.
Okay. So what year did Chris Paul prove he could be the best player on a championship team? What year?
He hurt.
Exactly.
No, what year did he prove it when he was healthy?
I told bro. I just told you. He didn't have a chance.
What exactly does proving mean?
Let me kill his logic.
Winning a championship, you dumbass nigga.
So you have to win a championship to show you're number 1 option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, no, Brandon. He never won a.
Hold on. So you guys don't think? Hold on. You all think Charles Barkley and Karl Malone couldn't be a number 1 option on a championship team?
Yes.
They never won though.
But Mookie, you said you have to win to prove it.
But the reason why
Barkley and Malone.
But the reason why they have won it because there's context.
They lost.
Oh, now it's because their context.
What? Nigga? Because they lost to Jordan.
You could have made that point easier.
Because they lost to Jordan. They lost to Jordan. They lost to the GOAT in their prime.
Wait. They both won MVPs too. Chris Paul never was the first option on a team that got even to the finals, let alone took the Bulls to 6 like Malone and Barkley did. Malone and Barkley are both MVPs.
He took the Spurs to 7.
Wait. Did you say Chris Paul's not a number 1? Wait,
Spurs didn't win the title that year though, Nahari. They lost to the Lakers.
Chris Paul wasn't the best player on that Suns team.
Didn't they win the championship before?
No, they didn't win
the year before they did. They won
Hold on. That's a terrible point, King J, because they lost to the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan.
But you said, by your logic, you said they have to prove it.
But that's an outlier because they lost to the GOAT player.
You don't have to win a title.
But that's what Mookie said. You have to win a title to prove it. I mean,
hold on, Mookie. This is an atomic bomb right here. How the fuck can a nigga who only has 11,000 points, right? He only has a 5-year peak, like y'all niggas say. How the fuck can that nigga be in the top 75 players of all time?
Bro, top 75 is a lot of players, man. It's not like
who is he? What players are you even talking
about? D Wade.
I said no, I'm not. I'm talking about a guy who only has 11,000 points. He's only had a 5-year peak, and he made the 75 best players of all time.
What?
How did he do that? How did he do
Kawhi?
that? Yeah, how did he do that? No, wait.
Top
How did he
75
do that?
is not. It's not a
The
small
playoffs. The playoffs.
Because he won.
Hey, Rand, top 75 has nothing to do with
Bro, who
He
cares?
won,
Bro, why do you care so much about a top 75?
You value losing, P5.
No.
value losing. I value how good of you are as a player and how long
I'm
you
asking
sustain
you.
it. That's how I value you.
How did he do that? How did he do that?
Because the player, because the
The
voters
playoffs.
voted him in.
No. I'm gonna tell
And
you
plus, he
why.
won a championship.
I'm gonna
That's why.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. He's arguably like one of the best playoff performers of all time, regardless if he's only playing 5 years. He's arguably the best defensive player at his position of all time, my nigga.
No, that's not. No.
He said arguably, you dumbass nigga.
Hold up.
I thought they said he was. Okay.
Retard, shut the fuck up. Look, he has.
Well, P5 is slow as fuck.
He's the only small forward.
He said arguably.
You call him a retard, bro. It's crazy.
Let me go, because he is.
I don't really care.
You are. He's the only small forward.
That's fine. Go ahead. You're old.
The only small forward.
Gary, I'm gonna tell your mom. I'm gonna tell your grandma. Gary. I'm gonna tell your grandma.
Shut up.
Stop saying my name.
Like 2 hours crying. God damn, my nigga.
You gotta stop that. Gary.
But wait.
Who's the only small
Man,
forward?
get your old ass to the point, bro.
Hold on. P5, what you said? P5.
Get your old ass to your point, Rand.
P5
Yo, Mookie, how you know it's like a government name, bro?
P5 tomorrow. P5 tomorrow. I can fly to Texas tomorrow and slap you, nigga. Tomorrow, I'll fly to Texas and slap you, nigga. Tomorrow.
Relax, Lauren. We both know you.
Get his ass, Lord Red.
Shut your bitch
Who the
ass
fuck
up, nigga.
P5 think he is? This is
Man, get your old ass to your point and stop trying to take personal shots.
Let me finish real quick. This is why I don't want to debate you, because you love to cut
Get
niggas
your
off.
old ass to your point. I'm letting you talk. Go.
Shut up, nigga. Bro,
Oh,
you
old people don't know how to
you get no,
listen.
bro, you Asian nigga, you get no hoes, nigga. You Asian, nigga, you get no hoes.
Whoa,
you Asian. Asian niggas get no hoes, nigga. Asian niggas get no hoes, nigga. Asian niggas get no hoes. Everybody knows that.
Old people don't know how
Get out
to
of here.
fucking listen.
Yeah, the
Don't
train
let Michael
got off
Bellinelli
the
cook you
track.
like
Let me go real quick. Hold on, Boogie. Let me make my point.
No, I mean, no. If he wants to, oh, you're Asian.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
I don't play
So a guy who only has 11,000 points.
Hey, Rand, you better stop with P5 wave that white flag, nigga.
That nigga want to do
Hey, Mookie, nothing that he's saying is affecting me whatsoever.
P5, I have a simple question for you.
Nigga, who is Garrett, nigga?
Nigga, at 17, I would have slapped the fuck out you, nigga.
Okay,
At 17, I would have slapped your bitch ass,
Bro,
nigga.
can we get back to basketball, bro?
Bro, nobody's moved.
Basketball.
Lil Red, nobody's moved by you talking tough on StreamYard, bro. Can we please go back to basketball, man?
P5, if I put Chris Paul
Old people is tough online, bro. God,
Niggas talking crazy on StreamYard is insane to
Got in
me,
here,
bro.
niggas is retarded, dog. I just got in here. So Kawhi Leonard, he
Old
barely
ass
plays.
boy.
He has just as much Finals MVPs, right, as Kobe Bryant. He has the most defensive player of the year awards for a small forward. So he's arguably the best two-way small forward of all time.
Doesn't matter.
So what are you talking about? Just because the nigga has 6 more years of doing what, nigga? Just accumulating stats and choking in the.
I haven't said a single stat.
Shut up, bro. Steve Nash better than Kareem, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Shut up.
I never said that.
Wait, you said that? You said that? Hold up.
You said that? You said that?
That bad.
Oh, Gary, I'm telling your mama.
We're not moving the goal. No, not let that move the goalposts. I walked that take back that he just said. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you said that at one point. Hold on.
I'm telling your mama, bro. I'm telling your mama. You on punishment. You on punishment.
He called him Garrett, bro.
P5, if I put Chris Paul on the 2006 Miami team, could he lead him to the title? Yes or no?
I'd say no.
Okay.
Then shut the fuck
up. Brandon, I got another question. Hold on, Brandon, I got another question.
It doesn't matter.
If I put, Brandon, watch this, Brandon. If I put Chris Paul on the 2019 Raptors team, do they lead up to the championship?
The team, no, because the fit with him and Kyle Lowry wouldn't work.
Okay, that's my point.
What do you mean?
Trade Kyle and keep DeMar.
No.
He already said that Wade and Kawhi
Kyle Lowry's not on the team. He's gonna be the point guard. Does he
so it's gonna be Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard then, right?
No,
DeMar DeRozan.
With DeMar
DeRozan? DeMar DeRozan.
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, my point. That's my point.
No, but it would be because of DeMar DeRozan.
Better though.
Why
would it be because of DeMar Rose?
Mookie. Like, it's not that hard to understand, man.
No, I understand it, King J.
But y'all keep asking this questions like, oh, well, Chris Paul do this and they're
Andrew,
you said those.
I didn't say that. That was Brandon. That wasn't me.
Andrew, I was going to talk about you. But he said those dudes are better players. They're better players than Chris Paul. That's not what he said. But he said Chris Paul, because you made it clear he doesn't value accolades or all this extra shit. He
or
believes
winning.
that Chris Paul had a better career based off on how good he was and how long he was good than Dwyane Wade and Kawhi Leonard. Now you can disagree, but you can keep asking those questions like,
making an argument off the regular season, which nobody gives a shit
I'm
about.
not basing it off of the regular season,
Well, to be fair, though, the regular season does matter. That's a casual take saying it doesn't matter.
He just disagrees with you, Brandon.
Wait, so is Joel Embiid the best player in the NBA then? Because the regular season.
No. Here, Brandon, you sound like a retard. How do you get to the playoffs?
Regular season doesn't mean
Brandon, how do you get to the playoffs? Hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how do you get to the playoffs?
Who is that right there?
Playoffs. You don't need to play well in the race.
Mookie, why are you trying to troll me?
The Sacramento Kings were the
ones.
What's your name, Booba?
The regular season doesn't mean shit.
What's your name, Boba?
You look like you're sick, bro.
It was Boba.
You look like he about to fall out. God damn.
Nah, I was probably high as hell during that stream, but it was Boba.
Why you going in your hair, bro?
Hey! This is the face that you make when you know your takes are ass.
All right, fine. Okay, fine.
Hey,
you said Tatum was a better finisher than LeBron. I mean,
yeah, that's a terrible take right there.
He did say that in Telegram.
He did say that.
This year, LeBron is a better finisher than this year.
Hey, you see
LeBron James can't get to the rim like he used to, bro. Stop this nonsense, bro.
Yeah, well,
he can't beat his man off the dribble, man. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Fighting, but they finna lose.
He can't beat his man off the dribble, bro. He's slow. He's not as explosive as he was.
Talking about?
Stop it, bro.
Okay, you're comparing it relative to how he was when he was younger. I mean, that doesn't mean that
he can't get to the rim.
Yes, he can. All right, Mookie, that's a lot.
He can't get to the rim like he used to. LeBron is not as explosive as he used to.
Like he used to. He's probably the greatest driver and finisher of basketball in NBA history. He's still elite and better than
what?
Top three. I wouldn't say the greatest, but
he's not the greatest driver of the basketball in NBA.
I said driver and finisher. Okay,
no, he's not.
Not including bigs. Who's a better finisher and driver of basketball?
Michael Jordan.
Okay, who else?
Dwyane Wade.
Nah, I'm not giving you. I'm
not co-signing that.
Not Dwyane Wade.
You could argue Giannis is a better finisher, but not a better.
Giannis.
Giannis not a better finisher than Giannis.
I said.
I'm sorry.
Well, Giannis is a better finisher than Giannis.
Is basically 7 feet tall.
Giannis not a better finisher.
Oh, he said no big. Okay, he said no. Okay, I didn't hear that.
Even if you did do bigs, Giannis still not better than LeBron.
It's a contradiction because you
finishing. You could argue that, but
Giannis is finishing. You said get into the basket and finishing. Dwyane Wade is better getting. He's better at getting to the basket than LeBron, but he's not.
I don't agree with that at all.
Man,
he's
come
not.
on, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
KJ, your taste in Telegram is trash too, KJ. You just be saying anything, yo.
I'm not gonna lie. I be trolling Telegram because
he be trolling, bro. Y'all don't see the.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only player that's taking all time and finishing over LeBron is Jordan.
Bro, he said. KJ said. Hey, Brandon. KJ said Jokic is a top 3 player. We talk terms of peak overall.
Bro, I was trolling when I said that, Mookie.
Why would you even troll like that?
He was trolling.
Because your dumbass would take the bait.
Let me ask you something. Hey, Brandon, where would you rank Jokic in terms of peaks, Brandon?
Just peak?
I wouldn't rate Jokic's peak yet because we haven't seen it. I mean, the thing about Jokic is only. Wait, let me finish.
Bro, this nigga sounds stupid.
No, he means it's not over yet. That's what he means.
Jokic is no. You sound stupid because you're not even fucking listening. Jokic is 27.
Calm down, you racist piece of trash.
God damn.
Is that Haas? Is that Haas, bro? Haas jumping?
Okay, Brandon. What are you saying?
No, what I'm saying
this
is.
Nigga want to call me a nigga so bad.
It's absurd to say that a player's 27 has already peaked. I mean, we don't know if we've seen Jokic's peak yet or not.
Do you break that fraud, Giannis?
Let me ask you something. Where you have Jokic ranked in the league overall?
Oh, I think he's number 1.
That's fair.
Facts.
That's fair.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true. I've conceded that. I'm not gonna lie. Jayson Tatum is better than Giannis.
Hey, he's trolling now. I'm
not gonna lie, man.
You trolling.
The 13% drop off against elite defense is disgusting.
Montel, I was talking about offense.
What happened to Tatum in the finals when he shot 26%?
He's trolling.
He was hurt, you dumb white bitch.
No.
Oh, come on, Mookie.
No, that's SFM. That's SFM.
I'm sorry, but this nigga Giannis every time he matches up against an elite defense.
Tatum was fucking hurt.
Tatum
is the best player in the Eastern Conference right now. You dumbass nigga.
Like Mookie, I think you're just trying to find. You know what I think is going on, right?
You know what, Brandon? Okay, so you want to sit there and talk your shit?
Hey, so name one.
Let me cook your ass. Hold on, let me cook your ass right quick, Brandon. Since you want to talk shit, what does Kawhi do better than fucking Jayson Tatum? You dumbass nigga.
Everything.
No, he doesn't. Hold on. We talking about right now. Tatum is a better scorer, better playmaker, better passer, better shooter, better finisher, better at beating his man off the dribble, better defender. Stop this nonsense, nigga.
Wait, okay. Well, Mookie, I have one question for you.
He told ain't a better closer because he showed in.
Hey, let them go. Let them go.
Finish. Mookie, name 1 year in Tatum's entire career we was more efficient than Kawhi in the playoffs. Name one.
Name me 1 year where Kawhi's been better than Tatum in the regular season.
Don't deflect like a bitch.
Name me 1 year where Kawhi's been better than Tatum in the regular season.
Answer the question.
Answer the question. Name me 1 year where Kawhi has been better than Tatum in the regular season.
I don't answer questions unless people answer mine.
No. You answer my question because that's a cherry pick question.
First. Answer the question.
21.
You just pulled that out of your.
Hey, Jimmy,
21.
Talking crazy in the stream, y'all.
21, 22.
You're just a clown, bro.
You said what?
But
You said what?
22. I mean,
I said 21.
That Tatum was better in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was one of Kawhi's best playoffs in 21.
Mookie, you know what you're doing. You're giving up.
Hold on.
You're trying to find yourself another niche on YouTube.
Oh,
Celtics.
What did Tatum do against that super team, Nets team, Brandon?
Oh, that was not a super team. Are you fucking
That was a super team. They had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. So what did Tatum do against Tatum? Hold on.
Yeah, he played. Brandon.
Tatum single-handedly.
Harden was hurt in that series.
No, he played that series.
No, he wasn't, Brandon. Stop lying, nigga.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not saying Harden didn't play, but he was not healthy against Boston.
No, he was healthy. He got hurt.
Tatum was healthy.
He was not healthy.
He was healthy.
He was.
He was not.
He averaged over 30 and was efficient throughout the whole series.
Look, Brandon, everyone played in that Boston series, but that doesn't matter because Brooklyn.
No one was
Hold on, Brandon. Tatum obliterated Tatum obliterated that super team Nets team, right? And on top of that, he was missing his second best player, Jaylen Brown.
Okay, so I pulled up the numbers for 2021, and you're lying. So Tatum's true shooting percentage 2021 is 57%, which was still below Kawhi. So you're lying.
No, Kawhi was 68. Kawhi was 68.
Hold on. What did Tatum shoot in that series?
You just blatantly. Wait.
57 is
what did
crazy.
Tatum shoot in that
series? He had one great game that series, bro.
You're fucking under.
That was
what Tatum shoot that series?
It was game 3 when he dropped 50, man.
How much Tatum averaged that whole series?
That fraud really dropped 50 in the playoffs.
How much Tatum averaged that series?
He averaged 30.6.
He averaged 31 in that series. Hold on. He averaged 31 in that series while getting double team and trapped, right? And still had above the average true shooting percentage. I'm taking that every day, especially missing the second best player.
What about Kawhi?
Wait. Well, this is going to be really fun. Wait, so Mookie, I'm just wondering, because we were just talking about 5 minutes ago, and you said plus minus is a real good indicator of how a player plays, right? Guess what Tatum's plus minus was in that series?
What? What's the series? What's the plus minus?
It was negative.
Okay, what's the plus? Hold on, let me ask you something. What was his plus minus in game 3?
Wait, but Tatum had a negative plus minus, and you said plus minus.
Hold on, what was his plus minus in game 3?
I'm talking for the series.
No. What's his plus minus in game 3?
For the series, you're not.
What's the no? We got to go game by game. What was his plus minus of game? What was his plus minus of game 3?
Minus for the series. You cooked yourself again.
Hold on. KJ, pull up his plus minus of game 3.
Bro, that's one game out of 5.
No, I'm just saying. What's his plus minus?
It was +1. It was +1.
So you telling me Tatum dropped 50? You telling me Tatum dropped 50 and it's only his plus minus was only 1?
Yeah,
it was +1.
Shows you how plus minus.
Wasn't that impactful?
So you telling me that Tatum was just hold on. So Brandon, you telling me that Tatum was slightly good in game 3 because his plus minus was only +1?
Because plus minus
game logs in the private chat.
Okay. Not only that, what was his plus minus in the closing out game?
Minus 14.
Minus 14. That nigga's a choker.
Hang up your cleats, movie. I'm not gonna lie.
How much points he had?
That nigga JT is a fraud.
He had 32. He had 32 points.
So he had 32 points. His team was fucking trash. That using plus. My point is losing plus minus for Tatum, who had a terrible fucking team, is not a good indicator. That's a casual take.
Now plus minus
56.
No, because it's a casual take because the Brooklyn Nets was significantly better than that other team. That does not give you the accurate depiction of how Tatum plays that series.
I'll tell you the real reason why Tatum's plus minus was negative, because his turnover issues are fucking garbage in the playoffs every year.
Because he was getting hold on, Brandon. So Brandon, you thought you was cooking, but you was not. The reason why Tatum plus minus was bad in that series because his teams were ass. His team was ass. Not only his team was ass, but he did not have another shot creator, elite level shot creator on that team. And he played a super team, Brooklyn Nets team with James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, right? Not only that, you're getting double team, you're getting trapped, you're getting blitz on your pick and rolls, you get majority of the defensive attention, which Tatum did a great job despite that, averaging 31 points and over a league average in true shooting percentage. He was elite in that series. You dumb fuck.
They barely blitzed.
You love applying context to Jayson Tatum and nobody else.
You're not providing context.
First of all, the argument is about Kawhi Leonard versus Tatum.
Hold on, let me respond to Mookie. So Mookie, your excuse for Tatum not having a good plus minus was he didn't have any other elite shot creators, which by the way is wrong. Okay,
so he didn't have no shot creators, and he had a bad team.
Let me finish. I let you go.
Jaylen Brown was hurt.
Let me finish. I let you go. So when Kawhi was in the playoffs with San Antonio and Toronto, who the fuck was the elite shot playmakers that he played with?
Pascal Siakam, Kyle Larry, Fred VanVleet.
What are you talking about here?
Stop it. Y'all
Siakam, Kyle Lowry.
Stop it.
Freddie VanVleet, nigga.
Fred VanVleet.
In the East,
are we really arguing
Kawhi versus Jayson Tatum? Like, is anyone disputing Kawhi?
Pete Kawhi just clears, man.
Is anyone arguing that? Like, I hope not.
Tatum is not only peak, but when Tatum gets to his peak, he might be better.
Wait, what did he say?
I didn't he might be better once he gets to his peak.
He already had his peak.
I think this is Jayson Tatum. I'm not gonna lie.
People try and say that because Tatum
was
hurt, that's why he shot 26% in the finals. That's bullshit. Tatum was
hurt, you dumb bitch.
Against Golden State. He
was hurt
from 3. He was
hurt. He was hurt. Every time when Tatum tried to drive to the paint and as a pick and roll ball handler, right? He would literally get double team and blitz because the Golden State whole team philosophy was to stop Tatum. They were routinely playing Jaylen Brown one-on-one that series. Not only that, Tatum wrist injury affected his shot, bro. He was hurt that series.
Hold on. Brandon, why don't you keep the same energy with your boy Giannis? You don't keep the same energy with Giannis, though.
You don't keep the same. Hold on. Brandon. Let me ask you a question. Hold on, Brandon. Let me ask you a question. What happened when Giannis Antetokounmpo got his ass beat against Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat, where he shot terrible at the free throw line and choked in the series and got locked up by Bam?
What
you said, Brad? I can't hear you.
How are you cooking Giannis?
What I'm saying is that Giannis
He's trying to hop
had
on
a
the
real
Jayson
injury, and he missed games in that series.
Oh, so you put contact
What
on
happened?
that?
What happened in
Contact on Jayson
2019? What
Tatum.
happened in 2020? What happened? Yo, even when they swept the Heat in 2021, Giannis was still playing bad offensively in that series.
No, he wasn't. You're taking.
Yes, he was.
He was a 13%.
This Kyrie heel turn is crazy, bro. I didn't see this in the script.
He dropped off 13%.
In 2019, he dropped off. In 2022, he dropped off.
Hold on. Hey, KJ, bring up Giannis plus. Hold on.
And also,
Bring up
he
Giannis.
was a turnover machine in the playoffs too.
Wait. I have a question.
And they play hack at Giannis because he can't shoot free throws. He just shoots 50% from the free throw line.
This heel turn.
That nigga's a fraud, bro.
If Tatum had a wrist injury in the finals, how did he shoot 50% from three? How did he shoot 50%?
Why is Giannis shooting 50% from the free throw line? That's fraud.
Let me talk about Tatum's injury, right? It was a left wrist injury. His not shooting hand, and you know the game plan was to force him left. And if the game plan is to force you left, and your wrist is injured, that's gonna happen. There's a reason why he couldn't finish that.
State was not double teaming Tatum most of that series. Wiggins locked that motherfucker down. Wiggins made him his bitch.
just like Al Horford locked down Giannis.
No, Al Horford
and Kawhi Leonard locked down Giannis.
What happened when Kawhi locked his ass up, bitch?
Kawhi Leonard locked up Giannis.
What happened when Kawhi locked up Giannis?
And when Bam locked up Giannis.
What happened when Kawhi locked up Giannis and made Hold on, Brandon. Let me cook your ass right quick. What happened when Kawhi locked up Giannis, made him like his little fucking bitch as well? He was scared to attack Kawhi on the point of attack. When he got long rebounds and he was getting ahead of steam and he was guarded by Kawhi in the half court. He was scared. That's why he was turn over the ball excessively because he was scared to attack Kawhi because they forced his ass to a fucking passer. What did Giannis do? What did Giannis do against the Toronto Raptors, Brandon?
Yeah, what was he doing defensively too, Brandon?
Oh, your barbecue.
Brandon, where is
it's a barbecue up in here, Brandon.
When Kawhi Leonard was cooking him, which every time Giannis faces a motion offense, he gets cooked on defense.
Established that Mookie believes plus minus is a good way to.
Nah. You don't keep the same energy for that running duck, man.
Would you shut the fuck up?
No bag, nigga. Calm down, Brandon. Stop talking tough and StreamYard, nigga.
The main problem
racist cracker
against Toronto was that
Hey, Brandon, do you love plus minus? Tell me, hold on, Brandon. Tell me why. Hold on, Brandon. Tell me why Giannis plus minus. Hold on, Brandon. Tell me why Giannis plus minus and the goddamn game 4 was plus minus of a -19. He was shit.
He had a good plus minus for the series.
Hhold on. His plus minus of the series was 1.7. He also shot everybody. He shot 44% from the field. Hold on. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 8 turnovers in one game. You sit there and say Tatum turnover issue. Hold on. You sit there and say Tatum's issue, turnovers was issues. Giannis turnovers was an issue. He gave you 8 turnovers in a game 3. He averaged 4.3 turnovers a game. He shot 44% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and 58% from the free throw line as well. He was complete garbage.
Okay, so Giannis led an NBA championship team. What the fuck has
hospital ring, nigga? Next. Hospital ring next.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy.
Hey, this nigga died trolling.
Hospital ring, nigga.
So the other thing is Tatum's had better teams around him than Giannis too.
Cap, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Drew Holiday. That's not good enough.
He's right about that one.
Pat Covington.
He's right about that one.
Career, he did not have Drew Holiday. He had Eric Bledsoe.
So a better team makes a nigga shoot better from the free throw line?
For 2 years. I mean, yeah, Bledsoe.
No.
So a better team makes a nigga shoot better from the free throw line?
Milwaukee.
So if he has a better team around him, he's not going to shoot 44% from the free throw line?
No.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. He's not going to give you 5 turnovers in multiple playoff series.
Okay, I heard.
He's not going to drop against elite defenses every single time he matches up against an elite defense. 13%.
I heard what you said.
Man, that nigga's a fraud, bro. Jayson Tatum is better. Jayson Tatum is better.
Shut up.
Jayson Tatum is better.
Jayson
Tatum is better.
He giving all the Mookie's arguments
3 to 4 defenders, and that opens shots for other players.
Hey, hold on.
Context.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, he played chess.
Every single argument the hard.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, do you love plus minus? Yes or no?
I think you like anything, you have to apply context and look at the games. But
Okay.
I think plus minus.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you believe that Giannis was good against the Boston Celtics against Tatum in the 7 games without Middleton? Do you believe he was good?
Oh yeah, he carried that team.
Okay. This is why
with 5 turnovers.
Hold on, Nahari. No, hold on, Nahari.
Oh, Nahari was a.
Hold on. Let me get this. Giannis Antetokounmpo had a plus minus of a -1 in that whole series. You're cooked.
Yeah, but that's because one game can skew your plus minus for the series.
So why you gonna do that for Tatum then?
Context.
Why you gonna do that for Tatum?
Right. Milwaukee did not even have Chris Middleton in that.
Why you want to do that to Tatum?
Okay,
everybody, that's how he a hypocrite.
Jayson Tatum has never even dropped that much, even without his teammates. He didn't drop that much. He didn't drop 13, 14.
Hold on. Not only that, he sit there and say, Jayson Tatum had no excuse. He had a bad plus minus even when he was missing Jaylen Brown, but he didn't want to provide the context with that. But when Giannis Antetokounmpo had a negative plus minus against goddamn the Boston Celtics against Jayson Tatum, we already know what happened.
No, but Tatum's plus minus was negative for the series. I'm not.
Giannis was a negative for the series as well.
Right, but the difference
in a game six. Hold on, in a game 6, Giannis Antetokounmpo had a plus minus. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Hold on, everybody. Giannis Antetokounmpo in game 2 had a plus minus of a -11. Game 3 had a plus minus of a -2. Game 6 he had a plus minus of a -5. Game 7 he had a plus minus of a -20. He was complete dog shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, no. You just proved my point. The -20 skewed the stats.
What'd you say?
Mookie, is that Tricky Nicky in the chat? Or is that a troll account?
Who was Tricky Nicky?
Hell no. That runner dumb man out here getting exposed, boy.
Mookie, is that the real one?
You said what?
There's a Tricky Nigel. I mean, that's it.
Who is Tricky Nicky?
Who is Tricky Nicky?
You know who Tricky Nicky is.
Ain't that racist dude? That racist
dude? We can't have 2 racists up here at the same time. Now, come on now.
Who's the first racist?
Who are you calling racist?
Oh, it's a troll.
If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say.
No one knows.
I ain't no snitch.
Just know you're a little bitch who tries to talk over people because your arguments are so fucking
calm down.
You know he's a Giannis fan?
Stop talking crazy, man.
Yeah, I thought he was a Giannis fan too.
I'm not no Giannis fan.
Comment that Giannis's efficiency drops in the playoffs.
I'm not a Giannis fan, nigga.
Dumb. The only reason Giannis's efficiency drops,
Joel Embiid is better.
Teams defend him with 4 defenders. They build a wall.
Is Haliburton better?
Because he can't shoot, nigga.
So the defense is so good it makes his
they don't
free
want
throw
to talk
percentage
about
drop by
that.
8 points in the playoffs.
What happened tonight?
No, you can make any player's field goal percentage drop significantly.
Hey, what about their free throw
percentage?
Fucking
defenders. Giannis has always had a good.
So that's why Giannis shoot 50% from the free throw line.
Giannis' free throw shooting has never cost Milwaukee a series. Giannis almost.
You're lying. It cost them last series, you dumb nigga. It cost them last series, you dumb nigga.
Oh, it didn't. You
now you lying. Yeah, now you lying. Yes, it did. He was missing multiple free throws at the clutch. He was running from the basketball, turning over the basketball because he was too scared to take free throws in the clutch.
No, your take is casual as usual.
You're getting cooked.
Miami won the series.
Damn, Naomi, bitch, you too emotional.
Butler went off in that series.
Harvey is
fix your mic, SFN. SFN, fix your mic, nigga. Fix your mic, SFN. I can barely even understand what you're saying.
KJ,
get a new mic, nigga.
He said, "I'm not racist. I have black coworkers."
That's a troll. That's a troll, man.
Yeah, I got black
coworkers. I don't know what he's showing.
Brandon, why your people coming up here?
His people is crazy.
Brandon, why your people coming out here nowhere, man?
What? I didn't hear what you said.
I said your people's come out the cut nowhere.
Me calling you racist,
I don't know what you mean. I don't even know what you're talking about.
No,
you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Well, I'm just looking at the chat now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Can I, Brandon? Can I ask you a question?
You can.
Who's better? And be honest, and don't lie. You ready?
Yeah, I don't lie.
Jokic. You hear me?
Yeah.
Jokic or Dwight Howard all time?
I mean, Dwight Howard's prime and peak are very overrated because the Eastern Conference was complete trash when he took Orlando to the finals. I mean, the team the LeBron Cavs team he beat, their second best player was Mo fucking Williams. Dwight Howard could never shoot. He had no post moves, and he wasn't a great defender on the perimeter either. He was an elite rim protector.
What?
He's a good player, but Jokic's peak would absolutely shit on Howard.
No, I'm saying all time.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jokic is 27, so it's kind of absurd to compare a 27-year-old to a player whose career is over.
So
but Jokic's prime and peak definitely cleared Dwight Howard.
Bruh, his career already better than Dwight's career already. Bruh, we gonna keep it real.
Yeah, why you won't say that, Brandon?
No, I said obviously Jokic is much better.
Hey, Brandon.
I would never compare a 27-year-old to someone whose career is over.
All right, let me ask you something. Do you agree with P5? Do you agree? Do you agree with P5 that Steve Nash is better than Kareem offensively?
What?
You said Kareem?
He said Chris Paul. He said Chris Paul is better than him offensively.
No,
yeah, he thinks Nash is better than CP3, so that logic applies.
Nash don't even know how to take it.
Stop. Chris Paul, I walk back. Steve Nash is a top 10 offensive player of all time.
Do you think he's better than Kareem offensively?
Hold on, he said Steve Nash is top 10 offensive player.
Hold on, let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Hold on, P5. Hold on. Nobody cut P5 off. Do you believe that Chris Paul? I mean, do you believe that Steve Nash is better than Kareem offensively?
Jesus Christ.
You could have cooked the shot of you.
Okay. I think that Steve Nash is a top 10 offensive player of all time. I do not think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a top 10 offensive player of all time. The reason I believe Steve Nash is top 10 is because he is not only one of the greatest playmakers and passers and shooters and playoff translators of all time, he also did it. I'm just talking about his peak here. When we're talking about this, I'm not talking about longevity. I'm talking about purely peak. I think that Steve Nash, it's factual. Steve Nash led the greatest stretch of offenses of all time. The on and off the court numbers support the value that he had to his team. His team was actually below league average offensively whenever he was off the court. Steve Nash led two of the two greatest playoff or two of the three greatest playoff offenses of all time. So it translated from regular season to playoffs. And his individual numbers also translated. And when they asked him to score more, he did score more. And also the impact that he had on the players like Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire.
Bro, is he better than Kareem offensively, bro?
I just told you yes.
all that led to 0 finals appearances, no rings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but none of that shit matter. He didn't get the gold because you got to win.
No, you don't.
Yes, the fuck you do.
No, you don't. I'm confused.
Eventually, when you put up those type of consistency numbers, your impact should show by championship.
The only reason those teams lost was because of defense.
People, let me ask you something. People, let me ask you one more thing.
And suspensions.
I'm gonna ask you something. Do you think Luka is better than Kareem offensively?
Bro? Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
I do not think that Luka Doncic is a top 10 offensive player of all time, and Luka is too early into his career for me to comment
do you
on
think
it.
Steph Curry is better than Kareem offensively?
I'm gonna say no for right now.
Huh? Oh my God! No,
Why?
Bro, it's too early for me to even evaluate Luka. That's the only reason why.
No, hold on. You're putting this right.
Oh, I gotta turn this on.
P5, I have a question. P5, you said you don't rank Vince Carter because you didn't watch him. So I'm curious.
Okay. So now here we go. Okay, no. Because here's the thing. I'm actually going to educate you about Kareem now. Okay, when do you think Kareem's peak was?
Oh, this nigga got
Kareem's peak was in Milwaukee.
No, it was not in Milwaukee.
Yes,
offensively,
yes, it was in Milwaukee.
Peak, just speak in general.
No, correct. Wait, P5. How many games have you watched of Kareem in Milwaukee?
Of Kareem in Milwaukee?
Yeah, how many?
I've watched as many as I can get my hands on.
It's okay.
Maybe 10 to 15, 10.
It's not
cap. I mean, if you want to say it's cap, that's fine,
I got you hooked up.
How many games of Kareem have you watched, Brandon?
Wait, hold on.
Kareem hasn't watched
hold on.
highlights.
P5. You said Steve Nash is over Kareem, but Steph is
Steph is not. That's crazy.
Didn't you say
Wait, Steph?
was like Did
Yeah, he said Steph. You didn't hear it?
No. Steph Curry's the second greatest offensive player of all time.
You just said he's not.
He's better than LeBron on
I
offense.
think you said
Luka.
He's better than LeBron on offense.
Yes.
He said
I thought you said Luka, Mookie.
He said Luka.
Okay.
No, he said Steph first, then he said Luka.
Steph, nigga.
No, I didn't hear Steph. Steph
No, he
is the
said
second
Luka first and then
what I
Steph. He
said,
said
nigga.
Steph second.
All right.
No, because he did say Steph was the second greatest in the chat. So
Steph is the greatest
asked.
second offensive player of all time. Yes.
Who was first?
Michael Jordan.
We know who number one is. We know who number one is.
Hold on, you think Jokic is better offensively than Kareem?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Mookie, you just say Jokic, man. I give it up.
Jokic is like top.
Hey, Brandon, do you agree? Brandon, do you agree with that dumb shit, bro?
It's not dumb. I mean, how many games of Kareem have you watched, Mookie? How many Kareem games have you watched? How many Kareem games have you watched?
Wait, hold on. Let
I watched a lot of games.
But I would say that Jokic in his prime was better than Kareem in his prime, but it's totally different years.
Offensively, absolutely.
There was no 3-point line for much of Kareem's career in the NBA.
So you text him for the 3-point line?
Did he play in a watered down era?
He was still the best player in the 80s, bro.
But the problem with saying Kareem played in a watered down era is Kareem's stats in the 80s. When Kareem was in his prime in the 80s, his stats were the same as they were in the 70s. In the 80s was not.
They weren't the same. They weren't.
That's not true.
No. You're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when Kareem was in his prime in the 80s, he put up the same stats he did in the 70s, and the league was not watered down in the 80s.
That's not true.
They weren't the same.
No, they weren't.
It was coked up. It was coked down.
I need Halls to be cussing y'all niggas out. I ain't got the energy for it. I just cooked P5 majority of the stream. I ain't got the energy.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
Unless you're talking about.
If you say, hey, hold on. Hey, if you say
Kareem's numbers in 1980,
if you say, Average Joe,
What's up?
Do you have CP3 over D Wade and Kawhi?
Wait, say that again.
Do you have CP3 over D Wade? Do you have CP3 over D Wade and Kawhi?
I don't do drugs, bro. Like, what you mean? I don't do drugs. Like,
Okay.
Who out here doing drugs? P5, you doing
With
drugs?
that being said, Average Joe, is the reason you have them over Chris Paul because you think they peaked higher than Chris Paul?
Absolutely.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. I'm not going to argue with that. That's fair.
No, but it's not just peak. It's also.
But it's not just peak. Overall.
No,
he doesn't agree with you on the prime. He doesn't agree with you on the prime.
I don't understand why
if
you have.
bring prime into it, there's no
you
argument.
say Chris Paul is over.
There's no argument.
And what was the other name
you
said?
if you want to
saying there's no argument.
You said Kawhi?
If you bring in longevity,
crazy,
there's no argument. What are you talking about?
This is crazy, man.
Wait.
Longevity's always a factor.
P5. If I just look at Chris Paul's years when he was healthy and in his prime, what year was Chris Paul's best year in the playoffs when he was in his prime? What year?
Okay.
Look at it, bro. You signed. Now you don't even believe what you're saying. Like, I heard that sigh. That sigh, you're like, damn.
No, Average Joe, because I know what Brandon's gonna do. Average Joe, we've had this conversation for like an hour and a half before you got here, Average Joe. We've talked in circles, and Brandon's about to bring up the exact same points he already brought up.
Prime where he was good in the playoffs from start to finish. 1 year.
Brandon, every year.
I want to read. Hold on, before y'all get this up, I want to read.
I'm trying to get the year.
Okay, now Average Joe, let me break down why I have Chris Paul over Kawhi and Dwyane Wade.
You don't want to answer the
question.
question.
Bro, you have first of all, Kawhi thing is so crazy. And D Wade,
yes, and D Wade.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I go like
Average Joe. This is why I have to deal with Average Joe. This is why I have to deal with.
Now, Average Joe, let me tell you real quick. Dwyane Wade and Kawhi Leonard peaked higher than Chris Paul. I'm not arguing that. They are better basketball players individually than Chris Paul.
But they were also better in their prime.
Brandon, shush. My problem with them.
He said shush.
He told that nigga to shush.
What's your problem?
My problem with Kawhi and D Wade, Average Joe, is that Chris Paul played arguably a decade of all NBA caliber play, and he's also played on an MVP caliber, and was also a great playoff riser. While Dwyane Wade and Kawhi Leonard
playoff riser. No. You just said playoff riser. Now you just
Chris Paul was a playoff riser. Yes, he was.
Well, give us a fucking year. He was good in the playoffs.
Okay. Let me pull up the years and I'll go year by year for it. Let me pull up the years and I'll go year by year.
Give us a year. Give us 1 year. So with Wade, it would be 06. It could be 05 too.
No. I never. No. That's not the argument. I'm not comparing them to Dwyane. I'm not comparing the playoffs to Dwyane Wade. I'm not doing that. Okay, so Chris Paul in 2008 averaged 24 points a game, 11 assists, 2 steals on 50% shooting from the field.
08. He said 08.
Okay.
And 08. In 2011, 22 points, 54 from the field, 47 from 3, 11 and a half assists. 2013.
That's one series, though.
Bro, but it's the playoffs.
Are we just doing one series?
Bro,
It's
I
the
thought he said a
playoffs.
playoff.
In 2014, he had 20 points, 10 assists.
You're talking about first round exits, bro. I can bring up Tracy McGrady stats in the first round.
45% from the field. In 2015, 22 points, 50, 40, 90 splits in 2015 in 12 games. Then you go to 2018. In my opinion, the last year of his prime, making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, wait. So now we're getting
21 and 6 on 45% shooting.
Brandon,
let him finish.
Chris Paul's true shooting percentage in 2008 in the playoffs was 56.5%.
That's amazing for that era.
Kawhi's true shooting percentage in the playoffs would absolutely shit on that, and that's Chris Paul's best year.
Brandon, 50, you know how good 56% is for the 2000s? That's like that's above league average, Brandon. That's not
but
bad.
He didn't say as good as Kawhi. He never
3 that year.
So what's the argument then?
No. Hold on, P5 real quick. So where do you have Chris Paul right? If Chris Paul is a superstar, whatever, offensive talent, whatever, he's above Kawhi D-Wade. Why is it he was never able to get out of the second round until he left?
Because his teams kept getting hurt or he played better teams.
No. All right, hey, when did his team get hurt in 2014?
Okay, and I'm about to get to that. Does Chris Paul have instances where he choked, quote unquote? Yes, and against the Rockets, he was really bad.
So now you're saying he chokes or his team's hurt? Like these excuses is kind of crazy.
So you got excuse no matter what happens. Like,
yes.
Average Joe. I hold 2014 against him. That's really bad against his resume, Average Joe. But you have to understand what I value.
All right. So you hold 2014 against him. Do you hold 2015 too?
2015, what year was that?
That's the year they're up 3-1. The year they're up 3-1
against the Rockets.
Yep.
Yes.
I also hold 2015 against them. Yes.
So basically, his whole Clipper career,
for 2 years, Average Joe. He had bad.
Those other years they weren't a contender. The other years he was
for 2 years they weren't contenders in the playoffs.
The only year they were a contender was 14.
They didn't have expectations those other years.
They
didn't do anything anyway.
What with the Lob City Clippers? They were supposed to be title contenders. What are you talking about?
In 14 and 15, not the other years.
Yeah, the other years they weren't. Blake was ready.
Average Joe, even if they weren't expected to be title contenders, am I supposed to hold that against Chris Paul?
But then he choked those years.
That's what he's talking about. He's saying when he had a chance
to win or make a title run, am I supposed to hold him losing against Chris Paul?
Yes.
Wait, huh?
You just
I didn't hear the question either.
I can't believe we're doing this right now. Like P5 takes so ass, it takes up the whole fucking stream. We got a little debate.
I don't. What
was the question?
I really didn't hear the question. Why is CP3 over Kawhi and D Wade of all names? You could
because Dwyane Wade and Kawhi Leonard
said like Reggie Miller or something.
Bro, Average Joe, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm about to explain it to you.
Yo, calm down.
Damn, bro. You said you gonna take that?
Average Joe. Kawhi
y'all niggas talking too spicy in this stream.
Kawhi Leonard for it. No, because I'm tired of explaining it, bro. I've had to explain it for like 2 hours. Average Joe. Kawhi, and I stay consistent with this throughout every player in NBA history. Kawhi Leonard had 5, maybe 6 years of prime. I go with 5 years of prime. And Chris Paul had at least 10 years of prime. That extra 5 years of prime by Chris Paul, because I value longevity number one, especially if the gap is that big. Plus, Chris Paul still played at all NBA levels and an MVP caliber level in his prime. Plus, was a playoff riser. I just read the numbers to you. Him being one of the greatest playmakers and passers, guard defenders, shooters, just offensive players in general. That makes Chris Paul over Kawhi. My problem with D Wade is the same thing.
All of that.
So if your argument
is the same problem as with Dwyane Wade, it's the same problem.
You have Karl Malone over Shaq because of longevity.
Karl Malone's a pedo.
We're doing this again, bro. We're doing this.
Karl Malone is a pedo. Karl Malone's a pedo. Karl Malone's a pedo.
So do you have Robert Parrish over Shaq because of longevity?
No, because Robert Parrish played.
Wait, let him cook. Let him cook. Mookie just asked me about Kevin McHale. It's the same thing. It's not a good comparison. It's not a good question. It's not a good counterpoint. That's not good. No, what? That's not a good counterpoint because Robert Parrish didn't play anywhere near the level of the players that we're talking about right now.
Because of longevity?
Huh?
Yo,
you have Kareem.
I gotta show you. I gotta show y'all something, bro. I never seen this shit happen before, bro. I'm gonna show y'all this shit.
Is it something crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Somebody got knocked out.
No.
Whoa.
All right, so
police house blew up.
So the police had a search warrant of this house, right? And it was approaching the house, right? And this what happened, bro.
The fuck? That looked like a movie.
I hope insurance don't pay that.
No, the house
bro.
Nigga,
That's just a movie. What
Hey,
the fuck?
Mook, bro, send that shit to my phone.
How the fuck did that happen?
Hey, if that's real, I hope everyone's okay. If that's real.
Somebody wanted some drugs to disappear.
Some insurance money, man.
Hold on. How did it blow up, bro? I'm trying to see how it blew up.
A bomb in the house. There was a bomb.
Yo, that's crazy.
They blew that bitch.
That gotta be a movie or something. A movie set.
Damn. So that means everybody dead right there.
If they in the house, yeah.
Nah, hell nah. They blew it.
Outside, they dead.
Probably wasn't anyone in
They
the
dead
home.
on impact.
Damn.
Oh yeah, them niggas dead for sure. Who was up in that house? They dead.
No, there's
Hopefully that's
probably
not
nobody
real.
in the
I hope
home.
that's
They
not
probably
real.
used a remote detonator.
Yeah, what state was this in, bro?
They said it was in Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, Arlington, Virginia. Damn, Jimmy Two Shoes. That you, bro? You over there?
He's from DC.
No.
That's near Arlington, bro.
Bro, that shit look like a movie.
You know what?
What the hell?
You know Arlington, right, King J? You've been up to DC area, right? No. Because you were from New York, right? No. That ain't that far.
Got to do with DC.
That's like a 3-hour drive.
I think GTA 6. That shit looks.
No, GTA 6 look kind of crazy, man.
Y'all niggas been running.
I'm dropping 4 bands on that shit.
Y'all niggas been running 20 years for that GTA, bro. It's about time it came out.
But shit.
Hey, Brandon, can I ask you something, Brandon?
What 50 years?
What sport is tougher?
13.
Baseball or?
Oh my god, bro.
Baseball or what?
Hold on, no, let me ask you another question. Do you believe WWE is a sport?
I gotta go.
No, WWE is entertainment. It's not a sport.
Yeah, it's entertainment. It's not a sport.
It's not a sport at all. Wrestling is a sport.
It's not a sport.
But WWE is not a sport.
It's not a sport.
But you said it was a sport, P5.
No, I never said that.
Why you not standing on business, P5?
No. I'm not having this conversation with people who don't understand.
You ain't standing on business right now.
Well, hold on, P5. You think wrestling is a sport? Even though it's scripted?
I think it is. Yes, I think it is. Yes.
You think
and by the way, just so everyone knows, I know that it's scripted, and I know that the fighting is not necessarily real. I know that.
It requires athleticism, but it's more choreography.
P5, who's a better athlete? Ted DiBiase or Michael Jordan? Who's a better athlete?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Who the fuck is Ted DiBiase?
Ted DiBiase was like.
Hold on. What about Randy Savage or Shaq?
Okay, see, I knew Randy Savage.
Randy Savage was insane.
Okay, so like, what's so sport about that sport? Like, what's so sport about that shit?
It's entertainment. It's not a sport. It's entertainment. Let's go back to basketball.
No, you know, I gotta ask you this.
You never want to stand on your business, P5.
He waved the white flag, man. He waved the white flag.
Hey, who's your favorite wrestler, though?
We gonna why y'all keep saying P5?
We gonna learn a lot about P5 real quick.
Wait, you don't know that video?
You didn't see that in Nahari?
No, what happened?
Basketball, bro. Let's get back to basketball.
We gonna learn something real quick about P5. Who are your top 3 wrestlers?
My top 3 wrestlers?
Real quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna name my favorite ones. Okay, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Shawn Michaels, Kofi Kingston, and
he just threw that black person in there because he didn't want to be racist. You see that?
He threw the blackest nigga in there. He threw the blackest nigga. He threw the most.
I don't even know who that is.
He should have said R-Truth. He should have said R-Truth. You trying to do that, man.
It ain't slick me by. You threw the.
Tell you what made
I didn't know Kofi Kingston black. I just heard the name Kofi. I was like, that's a black dude.
P5, do you have Kareem over Jordan since you're so big on longevity?
I'll get to this. I'll get to that in a minute.
You have
I've already
Kareem
seen
over
why
Jordan.
not.
We had this conversation too, man. We had this.
Nahari. The first ever WWE event I went to was the 2012 Royal Rumble, and Kofi Kingston did a handstand when he was about to be eliminated. That was fucking cool. And since then, he was one of my favorites.
P5, that's the most funniest shit you ever did, bro. This nigga put it Kofi Kingston. Like, why you just gonna lie like that, bro? Like,
who's number 3 though? We never heard number 3.
How are you gonna come?
Who's number 3? Who's number 3?
Evan Bourne,
Shawn Michaels, Kofi Kingston, John Cena. Those are my 3 favorite.
No. He definitely just added Kofi Kingston to not sound racist. He definitely did because he said Shawn Michaels, John Cena, then Kofi Kingston.
It's not like I grew up watching Kofi Kingston fly around the ring, do awesome things in the Royal
But you didn't grow up with Shawn Michaels either.
Shawn Michaels
that was
just
before your time, bro.
I love his theme music, and I went back and watched him. He's awesome. I love Shawn Michaels. But
wait, hold on. You like this theme song? This dude, hella yes.
Oh yeah, that's
hey. If you know his theme song, you know that's sus.
Man, stop it, bro. Stop it, bro.
It's not that big of a deal. But Brandon, I have Jordan over Kareem because I tried to explain this earlier. There's a scale to longevity. It's not just 12 years is better than 11. No, Kareem had a 12
9 or 10. Go ahead.
Kareem had a 12-year prime, in my opinion. Jordan had a 10-year prime. That is different from Jordan's 10-year prime or Chris Paul's 10-year prime to Kawhi's 5. It's different. And when the primes are that close, Brandon, that's when I start to look at peak and playoff translation. And Jordan is by far the best of those things of all time. So
I don't agree with you that Kareem only had I think Kareem's prime was longer than 12 years.
I think so.
When did it end?
Who's singing the song?
That's us.
Sounds like he's tweaking, bro.
Brandon, when did it end?
Singing the song, Shawn Michaels song.
Well, hold on. All right, then P5. Who do you have, Larry Bird or Kevin Durant?
I have Larry Bird.
Huh? You have Bird, right? Bird's prime was not as long as Kevin Durant.
But Durant's prime was
how long was KD's prime? How long was KD's prime?
11 or 12.
You know,
11 or 12.
In the trap, P5. You said you value longevity more than prime.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
When
you see that?
No, he never said that.
He did say that.
At least that I didn't.
He did say that.
He did say that. He said he values longevity over prime. When the prime's short.
Average Joe, how long do you? And that's fine. How long do you think KD's prime was?
Shit, you gotta start that in like year 3. He averaging 30.
Yo, bro, GTA
still damn near now.
And when do you think it ended?
He's saying now.
Shit, he's still in his fucking prime then.
No,
no, you know.
Bro, that motherfucker balling like a motherfucker. I don't know what you talking
about.
Let
me ask you something. Who's better player of all time?
KD's still in prime to me.
Hold on, who's a better player of all time?
In your opinion, you can say
Tim Duncan or Hakeem?
Tim Duncan or Hakeem in the playoffs?
Who's a better player all time?
He just said who's better.
Oh, who's a better player all just better? Oh, I'd probably go with Tim Duncan.
A better player who you have ranked higher?
He said offensive player too. That's wild.
Oh, he said offensive player?
Yeah.
I didn't. What was the question? It sounded like everyone
said
something
player.
different.
Who's a better player?
I thought he added offensive. Okay,
no, I go with Tim Duncan.
Oh my god.
That you have him over Hakeem all the time, or that he's better?
I have him over Hakeem.
Hakeem has more longevity than Tim Duncan, bro.
How much? I think Tim Duncan has a full decade. How long do you think?
Bro, you know Hakeem won them titles at like 34, 35, right?
What do you think Hakeem's is?
I think from his second year all the way till 97, 96.
Oh well, that's
97.
That's like 14, 15 years of prime.
Or 96, 97, 96, one of those years.
It's like
that'd be what?
Damn.
That's like 12. That's like 13, 14 years.
What? That's not 13 years, bro. You came in 84.
Okay. Y'all ain't hit it in the background.
That was you, bro.
Because I think Hakeem is.
God, that wasn't me.
I think it's more close to like 11.
Brandon, was that you taking the shit?
That was you, Mookie.
Oh, that was Brandon. That was Brandon.
It was you doing a sound effect, man.
No, I don't have sound effects on my shit.
I don't think Hakeem's prime is as long as.
What's Duncan's prime for you, P5? What's Duncan's prime?
Duncan's prime from the moment he entered the league to like 08.
But what was the year he entered the league?
That's 11
P5.
to 11. That's 11 to 11.
It's about the same amount of years.
P5. What year he entered the league? P5.
1997. I'm right on that, right?
Well, 98 is rookie year.
Can I ask y'all a question?
What's up?
Start bench cut. Ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes.
Pick a new one.
Huh?
He said pick a new one.
Wait, why? What's wrong?
You
What's
said
wrong?
Pascal Siakam.
I like this one.
Next,
I like
man.
this
We're not
one.
finna do that shit.
So pick another one.
Damn, y'all picky, man. Y'all picky.
Hey, talk about Tyrese Haliburton and some other point guards. Talk about that.
Halliburton.
I want to hear Duncan, Hakeem, and somebody else. I actually want to hear
Tyrese Haliburton, Maxey,
Kobe,
or Jamal Murray.
Kobe's not better than Hakeem.
Start Halliburton, bench Murray. Who was the other player he said?
No, Hakeem's better than.
Yeah.
Hear
me out.
Shut up, bro.
Hear me out.
He said Maxey.
He got nothing.
Hold on, Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey's overrated.
Tyrese Maxey, Haliburton, or Jamal Murray start bench cut.
Bro, I'm starting Haliburton. Damn.
Murray, Haliburton, and Maxey.
I'm starting Haliburton. That motherfucker.
Yeah, I already answered.
Oh, why you benching
Haliburton's
Maxey?
never even been in the playoffs. He's not ahead of Murray.
He didn't have Jokic either.
Whatever. Murray was the best player in 2020 when Denver went to the conference finals. Murray averaged almost 27 points.
Yeah, in one series he was.
No, he was better in the whole playoff.
No, he wasn't. Not in the Clippers series. No, he wasn't against the Clippers.
You've never played.
No, he wasn't.
Andrew, he was better overall in the playoffs than old boy.
Because Jokic was in foul trouble against the Lakers, but
he
better than
it's not my fault. He's one of the worst defenders when
that
wasn't
the
same Jokic of today, but
Jamal Murray was better.
Murray was the best player on Denver in 2020.
In fact,
he wasn't the best
in the playoffs.
No,
it wasn't that.
Maybe
close.
that first series.
Hey, Mookie, you say you don't value the
better
in the first series. He was. I'm not even arguing.
In the Utah series, yeah. Not
the
Clippers
series. It was Jokic.
Not. The Clippers, absolutely not.
From start to finish, Murray was better
Jamal
than
Murray.
Nah, that Lakers series, we had that boy in foul trouble. That's why he wasn't playing as much.
We was more feared of Jamal Murray than Jokic in that series.
Getting in foul trouble is part of basketball.
Who was more feared? Well, probably the guy that was on the court, not on the bench. I mean, if you're in foul trouble, you're not going to fear anybody, from the bench.
I said.
Oh, the Clippers series. I thought he said the Lakers.
Without Jamal Murray dropping 40 points in that game, 7, right? They don't win that series.
Well, I mean,
the Jokic was a better scorer, better playmaker. I mean,
no, he was not. He was not a better. He was not a better scorer.
Not a better scorer
in that series. He was not a better
scorer.
In that series, yes, he was.
Jamal Murray was
not that year,
way
not
better.
that playoff.
That series. I'm talking about that.
Okay, I'm not talking one series, but Murray was.
Oh, but that was what I thought he was talking about.
Playoffs.
We talking about the whole playoff run.
Oh, I thought you said the Clippers series.
Jamal Murray was a way better scorer, much more efficient, and also he was a better defender than Jokic.
Well, Murray's not a good defender.
I got a question for P5 just again.
Hold on, Brandon. My point is both Jokic and Murray are not good defenders, but Jamal Murray was better than that nigga.
I mean, they're both bad.
Because Jamal Murray was great in the playoffs 4 years ago, he's better than Haliburton right now. Is that the logic I'm understanding?
Haliburton's never done anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, when has he been on a team that's been in position to be in the playoffs? I mean, I don't really understand that argument.
Maybe if he was a better player, his team would have been in the
Maybe
playoffs.
If he was a better player. So has Jamal Murray ever led a team to the playoffs?
Yeah, in 2020.
To the playoffs. He was not better than Jokic in the 2020 regular season.
Yes, he was.
He was not better in the regular season. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
Y'all
was.
just talking. Talking.
Some of this overrating Jokic shit, bro. This is why this nigga overrated.
This isn't even a Jokic conversation.
What was your question? Because they're
crazy thing about it.
They're having a dumb conversation.
He never had that opportunity.
Okay, and this is
is one of the reasons why you don't like Kawhi is because he left you. Like he left Toronto.
The reason I don't rank Kawhi all time is because he only has 5 years of his prime.
6 years, idiot.
6 years. It doesn't matter. It's still too short. This time is
So in only 6 years, he was able to get 2 rings, 2 Finals MVPs.
I don't care about
that. Doesn't mean anything.
No. He was not.
That's not
He
even part of it.
praised
only
He
one
only got one
ring.
ring in his prime. Average Joe, I need you to understand something, bro. I do not.
He wasn't in his prime when he got the first
care
Finals
about accolades when it comes to ranking my players. I don't care about them.
So accolades don't matter at all, but you factor in all NBA
accolades.
But you factor in all NBA team type shit because that's what you're saying about Chris Paul.
I say all NBA caliber. All NBA caliber. That's not an accolade. You can play at an all NBA caliber and not make an all NBA team.
Hey, Brandon, so Kawhi Leonard has been playing at all NBA caliber. He just hasn't played enough games
for 6 years. He played at that caliber for 6 years at most.
So last year when he was averaging 27 a game after January, he was an all NBA caliber.
6 years. That's part of
last year was a 6-year average, Joe.
Yeah, but he's been better in the playoffs. He's a better player.
If we're gonna do the math,
nobody cares about Pete, bro.
2016.
You know what?
No one cares about
Hold on, everybody. You know why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know why?
Those are the 6 years of prime that I'm giving you.
You know why?
Are you gonna say 2016? Why isn't 2015 in there?
Because
2015.
You know why P5 cares about longevity? Because he's a LeBron fan. So that's why he got LeBron ranked so high.
No, that was 2014 when he was Finals MVP.
2015.
To call 2015 his prime is crazy.
I'm just saying he's Defensive Player of the Year.
He didn't say anything about Defensive Player of the Year.
2015 was his prime. What are you talking about?
2015?
Yeah.
The year they lost to the Clippers?
They didn't lose to the Clippers 2015.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
No, that was in the first round. In the first round, you're right. In the first round. Yeah, in the first round.
Yeah, that was when Chris Paul hit the shot at the end of.
Yeah, that little floater. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, he pushed off.
Kawhi was still a role player then. He was still a role player.
No, the fuck he, bro. This nigga don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro.
He was not a role player. You sound
He was not in his prime.
You don't know what you talking about, bro.
He don't watch games, bro.
Mookie. So 16.5 point per game Kawhi is in. That's his prime. That's the start of his prime.
But you counted Chris Paul averaging 13 points.
Yes.
Stupid. Nope. I'm out.
We trolling.
Get your ass out of here, nigga.
I'm out.
Yeah, get out, Garrett. It's bedtime.
No. I'm not saying I'm leaving. I'm just saying that's dumb. That's stupid.
So why are you gonna say you out? Never mind.
You say you
yeah,
out.
I thought he was leaving too. I thought you
okay.
Yeah,
what I
Jamal
mean
Murray
was
better than Jokic.
That is stupid. No, he had 6 years.
No,
he
wasn't.
Hold on, Brandon. Explain that, Brandon.
Because the mistake you're making is Jamal Murray's like Jimmy Butler. He turns it up in the playoffs. Like nobody would ever fucking argue Tyler Hero's better than Jimmy Butler because Hero had averaged more points per game in the regular season. Murray was far better than Jokic in the playoffs. Murray's 2020 playoffs is one of the epic playoff performances we've ever seen. Murray was 50% from the field, 45% from three. He averaged over 25 points a game, and he was the fucking closer. Jokic was never a closer, even when Denver won their title last year. That was Murray.
That's nice. But a P5, you said he was averaging 16 a game, right? But he was the role player, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So who was leading the Spurs in scoring?
Was it who? Was it Kawhi? Because it doesn't matter to me if it was.
So you lead the league in scoring, but now you're a role player. Okay, I got
you.
Hey, Brandon, can I ask you a question?
No. I mean, let the team in scoring. Let the team in scoring.
Hold on, Brandon. Let me ask you something. Who's better? Who's better to you?
No way you're saying 2015 is
KD. Hold on. I asked. Brandon, who's better, KD or Kawhi?
Oh, Kawhi shits on KD. KD's never done shit as a first option. We saw KD as a first option in OKC multiple years. He chokes like a chicken, doesn't finish well in the paint, struggles with physical defense. KD's on his fucking account, whining like a little bitch. Well, Kawhi's won 2 titles. Kawhi was Finals MVP twice. Durant was only Finals MVP on a fucking super team. Durant is nothing when he's not on a super team. Can't handle physical defense. Isn't a playmaker. Is a fucking whiny bitch. Kawhi shits on Durant.
Bro, it wasn't nothing in OKC that KD lacked offensively, bro, as a player, bro. Like, just stop the cap, bro. Like, nigga, you talking about that he couldn't finish in the paint as good and all that, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Like, you just talking. Stop doing that, bro.
You know,
he went to the finals. He went to the finals.
Durant
the nigga had an
MVP. Better, and Durant was never able to handle physical defense.
So how long he played with OKC?
Than Durant's. And
How long he played with OKC?
Kawhi was a
What,
part
9 years?
Years. He played a long time.
Out of 9 years, he at least had made it to the
Kawhi
finals once,
Hold
won the
on. What'd you say?
MVP,
What'd you say, Brandon?
four-time
Kawhi played
scoring
great
champ.
defense on LeBron. Kawhi played good defense on Giannis. Kawhi's defense completely shits on Durant's as well, in addition to the fact that he was more efficient offensively multiple years too.
I mean, no lies are detected.
Second club is quiet now.
Yeah, why you quiet?
Cause nobody said he lying about the defense, but what is he trying to say by saying that like KD didn't do nothing before he won his titles? Like, you crazy as hell.
He went to 1 finals and he lost 4-1
in a lockout season too.
He went to 1 finals on the team that was his, bro. Where a lot of these dudes, bro, you feel me? Him and his co-star was 22 and 23 and shit like that, but at 21, 22 years old, you know, if KD had came, if KD at this time, KD at his time, while he was one of the top 3, top 5 players in the league, you know, Kawhi Leonard, he was playing with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and all that, you know, he had an easier way of winning the championship. He came to a better team, man. He came to the greatest defensive team in NBA history, bro. Like, that's just a fact. So like it's a difference to where it's a new franchise that KD's playing on, the OKC Thunder. This literally just became a new franchise since he been there, and he gotta make a way for this franchise himself. He gotta be the face of this franchise, and nobody ever was.
Hold on, they didn't become a new franchise. They just moved. There's a difference.
KD was up 3-1 on the Warriors, and he choked like a chicken, one of the worst chokes in playoff history. What's your excuse then? Because he wasn't that young then. OKC had been a franchise for a good amount of time. It's one of the worst playoff.
I don't have no excuse. You know, Kawhi went through it in his career too. I don't have no excuse for neither one of them.
Like that.
No, it was worse when Kawhi did.
No, it wasn't.
They both blew a 3-1 lead.
He lost to a team that hadn't made it to the playoffs in how long?
Jokic was the best player in that series.
Jokic wasn't the best player. Jamal Murray.
He was in that series.
Nah, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He was better than everything in that series. He was.
No, he wasn't.
You can be wrong if you want to be wrong. That's cool.
That's factually correct that Jokic was better in that Clippers series.
So, Brandon, what's your other point on the
What happened to Durant when he got swept by Boston? Would you give him a pass for that as well?
No.
So he's just Durant's whole career is a history of choking in the playoffs.
But I'm saying like they just got similarities in their career, like.
Wait, who has similarities?
Kawhi won 2 titles. Both times he was not.
KD, well, they really don't, but KD and Kawhi, bro.
I think SFM's pretty tired.
Nah, he ain't tired.
He can't get cooked.
This debate is struggle bus, bro.
Nah, y'all just saying some bullshit.
We're going peak for peak. I think Kawhi is better than KD peak for peak. That's the crazy thing too.
Whoa, P5. You were the one who said longevity is so important. Now you're taking
I said
Kawhi
peak for peak, Brandon.
He didn't say all time.
I said peak for peak, Brandon.
So from 2013. Let me ask you. From 2013. So what is Kawhi's peak?
I would say
2019, 2020, 2021.
All right. KD peak is from 2013 to 2017.
That's not a peak. That's not a 5. You said a 7 year. Stop it, bro. It's not.
That's 4 years. That's 4 years.
That's 3 years. That's 5.
Nah, peak ain't no 3 years, bro.
That peak is a 3 year peak.
Nah, peak ain't no 3 years, bro.
His best 3, bro. It doesn't.
Yeah, peak ain't no. Well, shit.
And Kawhi's peak higher than KD in the playoffs.
If I'm gonna take it, if you want me to take KD best 3 years in the playoffs compared to Kawhi, give me 2014 through 2017, and let me tell me what the like is Kawhi's. 2014
Better
three.
one would be
And is that better?
That includes when Durant choked the 3-1 lead.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. 14,
you want to
15.
see what the stats are? Put them in the chat.
It's really
Kawhi got a crazy 2017.
Andrew, just say the stats. Look at Kawhi's from like
in the playoffs.
2019 to now, and compared to KD's to now.
Now or cut it off at 21. I did
To now.
19 through 21 versus 14 through 17.
So what year you starting off?
For Kawhi? Okay, so
Yeah.
from 19 to 21 for Kawhi versus 14 through 17 for Durant. So that's 3 playoff runs for each of them.
2013 through what?
Hold on.
2014. So the points per game, Kawhi was 29.9. KD was 28.9. The true shooting in the playoffs, Kawhi was 62.5. KD was 58.8. Assists, Kawhi had 4.5. KD had 3.8. Turnovers, Kawhi 2.7. KD 3.4. Rebounds, KD 8. Kawhi 8.8. So.
Yeah, and those numbers don't even include the defensive impact either.
Yeah, you cook SF.
But say what else that happened. He won an MVP.
Yeah, just let it go.
Wait,
Nah,
what else happened?
Let it go.
Nah, you gotta say what else happened. Like he won an MVP and everything. Like his peak.
Regular season.
The thing is,
he did win an MVP.
Nah, I'm just saying we have to dumb it down for Kawhi because his peak was actually 3 years. KD peak was actually longer than 3 years.
I think
KD peak was
3
actually
years
longer
for
than 3 years.
I did 3 years for everybody, but that's just me.
Nah, it ain't 3 years. It
It
ain't
makes
nowhere.
one
It
of
ain't
Kawhi's best seasons
it ain't nothing you can search up to say a peak is 3 years. A peak is when
I'm
he was
saying
just
that's what
at
I
his,
consider it. There's no set definition from anybody. I mean, that's how I consider it.
If you consider that every player in the NBA history was at their absolutely best, because that's what peak is as a player for 3 years. Everybody, and bro, you got a problem, bro. It's an IQ problem, bro. And I ain't here to debate you.
I don't think I have an IQ problem, especially compared to you, SFM.
Oh God,
all right, but you're saying something right now.
But
You saying something phenomenal.
Listen how you
the main problem with your take, SFM, is you're only looking at the offensive side of the ball.
Brenda, shut the fuck up.
Durant offensively anyway, but Durant was never a two-way player. Durant was a lazy motherfucker on defense. He never cared about. Durant has a huge wingspan. He could have been elite defensively.
I gotta give it to him though. He's been playing defense this year though.
KD played defense
in
in Golden
20
State,
years.
Brandon. That's not true.
Yeah, because he had a great.
When he had Draymond, he played.
He also played defense his last